rigged like no other. Yeah. All right. I'll see if I can
Okay.
get that
Yeah.
in
Well,
just a
we got
second.
it. We'll handle it.
All right. It says it's back, but I got a black screen from you. I see me, but I don't see you. I think they're going to have to send me a different. I'll try
Yeah.
to get a second.
Well.
A different deal. All
Yeah.
right, we'll check the weather. By the way, beginning of the week, weather looking awesome. International Adjust Your Chair Day, Diversity Day, Multicultural Diversity Day, National Bosses Day, National Clean Up Your Virtual Desktop Day. Tom, you know what that means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Means clean up your keyboard.
No, it means like the desktop of your computer.
Right.
Where you store everything instead of putting it
Oh,
in
that it is. I thought you said
yeah,
physical cleaning.
yeah. National Cut Up Your Credit Card Day, National Department Store Day, Dictionary Day, Learn a Word Day. Tom, what's the last word that you learned besides Malaga?
Malaga?
Yeah.
Malaga.
Yeah.
That's a new word.
That wreck is in Malaga this morning.
Malaga. Malaga. Malaga.
Yeah. National Occur Day, Steve Jobs Day. Why we need a day for Steve Jobs? The dude is rich, of course. He's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah,
Steve Jobs.
What, 15 years. Yeah.
Yeah. World Food Day and World Spine Day. You know what America needs? More of a spine. That's what we need. Check out the weather this morning, being brought to you by Zia Guns. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. Find them today in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Find them today. And ladies, they are encouraging you, if you are been thinking about getting personal protection, they would love to chat with you about guns. That's what they have, guns. Oh, of course, they can tune up your bow and that type of stuff. And yeah, but guns, that's their main business there. So go in there and talk to them about guns. Our personal protection, they do have non-lethal personal protection. Closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Sunny today. It's going to be an awesome day. 73 today. Clear skies tonight, 48. 80 tomorrow. It will warm up to 80 tomorrow. And by Wednesday, back up to 85. So a little warmer by the midweek. Check out the weather this morning, being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name in Southeast New Mexico. Full service when it comes to all your siding and metal buildings and windows, your seamless gutters, just to name some of the things that they can provide. Cool thing about doing business with Seminole Siding, I have heard from multiple listeners that I trust, and they said, look, these guys are the tops in the business. They listen to you. They come back with a quote. They give you a timeline. And they get the job done. And they will work with your insurance company. If you've got damages to the roof or metal building or siding or whatever the case is, they'll work with the insurance companies for you. Seminole Siding and Construction.com, or give them a call this morning, 575-391-1430. Give them a holler today. President Biden, 2024 re-election effort continues. Steady funding. I mean, he dominated the third quarter 2023. According to data that was released Sunday morning by his campaign, it makes sense that a lot of people are donating to Joe Biden's campaign. Because, I mean, they're used to giving money away anyway with this economy. They are, so they just give it away. So far, a total of 1.4 million people donated to the Biden campaign in the third quarter, including 240,000 new donors who did not contribute in 2020. So 240,000 people gave money to the Biden campaign that didn't give money in 2020. I don't know if I trust the numbers, but supposedly Joe Biden has raised more money than Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, and every one of those folks running on the Republican side combined. I don't know how. I mean, this country is in terrible shape. Who is giving money to the Joe Biden campaign? People trying to kill this country? And Republican Representative Mike Johnson says he plans to launch a House Speaker bid if Jim Jordan does not get in. I mean, a lot of people are like, dude, I mean, Mr. Johnson. We'll see what's going to happen. But Jim Jordan needs to get it done fairly quick. Suzanne Summers passed away over the week.
I saw that, B. Man.
Best known for what TV show, Tom?
Chrissy, and three is enough. 3 is enough. Is that the show?
I wish the camera was there so I could just show my disdain.
I don't remember.
Three's Company.
Yes, Three's Company.
And she was on another show called Step by Step, but she'd been battling cancer for a long time.
For years.
Okay.
And she was 76 years old. And if you want to look at a relationship,
Oh, yeah.
you want to look at a relationship. She read, I think she had 23 books that she wrote, and many of them about relationships. Do you know her and her husband had never spent a night apart since they got together?
Wow. They know that.
I mean, in travels, book deals, they have never spent a night apart.
Okay, and I have a little Suzanne Summers trivia. She was in one of her first screen roles.
Okay.
And probably still the biggest movie
Really?
she was ever in. Clint Eastwood movie back in the early 70s.
Really?
She was really young.
Clint Eastwood? She appeared with it. Clint Eastwood?
She was in Dirty Harry.
What role did she play?
Right at the start of the movie, it starts out with the
Oh,
sniper.
she's the naked girl.
The
in the
girl
pool.
that gets killed in the pool, that's Suzanne Summers.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Who would have known, huh? But you know what was amazing, too, that one of those books that she wrote was about the big California fire that destroyed her home a few years ago. Remember that? And she lost everything in that fire. But she did a documentary on it, other neighbors losing their fire and how they needed to change the way thin those forests and stuff like that. So,
You know the other amazing thing, and I know the kids are also listening.
mm-hmm.
Her and her husband, and the stamina of these two. Supposedly, in one of her books, when they were both in their 70s,
Mm-hmm.
she said that they made love every day.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, Russ, I got a major issue with this phone, so I'll keep on. I don't know why all of a sudden it stopped, but I will try again. Yeah, passwords, Facebook. Economy challenging here, but down in Argentina, central bank has increased the interest rate to 133%. You want to borrow money? 133%. And by the way, did you see the story about the state of New Mexico wanting to open up their own bank?
Really?
Like a state-run bank? I'm going to get to that story coming up this morning. Nobody had it, but I did get it from a friend that is on Facebook with me. Mike Goodard, known for Major Don West on Lost in Space.
Oh, yeah.
Passed away in Massachusetts over the weekend. He was 87 years old.
Oh, really?
And Tommy Gambino, the oldest son of the crime family, Carlos Gambino, died. He was 94 years old. The Gambino family. U.S. has made a warning to Iran against escalating the war between Hamas and Israel. Ted Cruz. I got Ted Cruz coming up, and Ted Cruz said that we've given Hamas over $50 billion in the last 2 years. $50 billion. $50 billion.
Hey, right.
Of course, the last money we just gave them, that's $6 billion. That now the government is saying that, oh no, they didn't even get it yet. I mean, how could they use it to plan this? Israel's Navy unit repelled Hamas terrorist infiltration by sea the morning of the attack. So Israel's Navy was able to repel them and not make it. They did not make it to land when the Navy was out there, and they used machine guns and rockets to go ahead and repel them. Walmart shooting.
I saw that.
Tom, what do you know about the Walmart shooting in Roswell?
All right, this is what we know. This is according to the Travis County Sheriff's Office, and Mike Harrington made a video of it.
Now let me just say this. I don't know what's going on between the Hagerman police chief and the Travis County
Sheriff's Office
Sheriff Mike Harrington. Raquel Bateman, whose husband is the police chief in Roswell.
Right.
She said that Mike jumped the gun and misreported on his Facebook, and she kind of was pretty much saying, why are you putting out information that you don't know? You weren't the lead investigating group in this.
All right. This is the way.
And so you can go look. I checked it before. It's still up on her Facebook.
Wow.
And so I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, what we do know is that two men got into altercation. One shot the other.
Right.
And then he fled the Walmart, and the other guy was taken to the hospital and eventually shot. Okay, let me read word to word. That way I'm not mincing words. Okay. Raquel Bateman said active shooter versus altercation between two subjects. It's one thing to warn the civilians to stay away from the active scene. Probably not a great idea to go live on Facebook and claim that there was an active shooter at the scene. But what do I know? She said. And she went on. So Mike did say there was an active shooter.
Yes,
she's saying there wasn't an active shooter. There was altercation between two guys. One shot the other and fled the scene. So nobody else was in danger at that shooting. More information, I'm sure, today, this afternoon, we will get more information. But I don't like to see two police organizations fighting, and that should be kept in private.
Yeah.
But so evidently there's a problem, and they can't be a problem between the sheriff and the police chief in the largest city in the county. So hopefully they get that taken care of.
Yeah.
But here's what Corey King, Travis County News Network, had on the shooting, the night of the shooting, which was Saturday night. Here's that.
We are live on scene at Walmart here at 4500 North Main in Roswell, New Mexico. We are on scene of an active shooter. As of right now, there is at least one subject that has been shot. We are going off of information that is provided to police. As of right now, there is an ambulance that is responding to Sam's Club as of well.
Now, he did say active shooter himself.
Yes, he did.
And that is what the sheriff said, active shooter. Now, I will say this much. The Roswell Police Department doesn't do live updates like the sheriff.
Right.
So that's that. All right, 877-396-W105. Biden continuing to talk about maybe he's coming. He's going to go to Israel in the next coming days. Well, at least he'll go to Palestine, but not East Palestine. Spent almost 253 days since Joe Biden said that he was going to go to Ohio to East Palestine. But instead, he'll go to Palestine. Yeah. For sure, he's going to Palestine. Sorry, people of East Palestine, it's just not going to be East Palestine. So, do or die week for Jim Jordan. Still needs 15 votes. He's short 15 votes. this could take multiple voting to get it done. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about a cold case file that is actually closed, homicide case. We'll get to that. And there was word that there was a stabbing in Artesia. I'll talk about that and an update from the shooting last week. Officer-involved shooting. We'll get to those stories and more on the way. Text line while we take a break. Then we'll come back with the tweet of the day. Our number 877-396-W105.
All right. Uh-oh. I lost my cat. I lost my window. Never mind. I'm going to get it back. We're having trouble with our windows here.
If you think about it, everyone at Walmart was in danger. You don't know where the bullets are going.
Yeah, you're right about that. Not everybody shoots and owns every bullet.
Right. This text says, I heard the shooter was an employee at Walmart. And goes on to say, now whether he was on the clock or not, I haven't heard at all.
I don't know. I would think that that police, Roswell PD, Todd will come out with some information on that coming up today. I would think. I'm not. I don't want to put them on the spot, but I would think that information would be out.
Well, remember, B, that this happened about another shooting at that Walmart happened about 2 years ago. But it was a man who was eluding police, and he went inside the Walmart, and they evacuated everyone. Now, here's the thing with Sheriff Mike Harrington. The fact is, he has led thousands and thousands hours of training in active shooting. He knows what he's talking about. He was at that active shooting back in 2013. You remember?
I love you, Mike. But this is Tom's way of kissing some serious ass.
I'm not, and he's he knows very well how to treat an active shooting. And he even said in his video that until otherwise, that's the way we're going to treat it. And if I'm the citizens of Roswell, I'm very comfortable in that until they decide otherwise. So, and I've talked to Mike about this several times in the past years.
Oh, by the way, I have a question. Did Colorado win this weekend?
Boy, they blew a 29-point lead.
Wait. I really need to know, did they win? I mean, because you're the number one fan now.
They lost in double overtime.
To know, did they win?
No. They had a 29-point lead they blew in the second half.
Wow.
Yeah, to Stanford.
So they lost to a 1-4 team, is what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, yeah. But that happens every day in college football.
Does it?
Yeah, as they say in the NFL, on any given Sunday, on any given Saturday, things can happen like that. Ask LSU, too.
So you give up a 29-point lead.
Right.
And then blow the game.
Right.
Wow. And, well, I mean, if your quarterback wasn't selling merch at halftime, yeah, sending social media emails out at halftime, maybe they would have won the game.
That's a rumor. That's a rumor. That will never happen while his dad is coaching that team. He'll wring his neck.
How the hell that happens, Tom? Because the emails were sent out from his account.
Maybe somebody else was sending them, but no.
Oh, maybe. But not a good look.
No,
not a good look.
First time I heard about that. Yeah, I'm sure Deion will address that.
Coach and dad should talk to him.
Oh, he is. Believe me, he's going to do it.
So.
And John from Eustis is.
Here we go again. More. Next time, get the tongue in there, Tom, please.
Eunice, John from Eunice is chiming in this morning. He says, good morning, guys. Kevin, I guess we know where a lot of that money supposedly going to Ukraine went. The Democrats are funding their own elections with American people's money.
You might have a point there.
He says, tell me that I'm wrong, he says.
No, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. No. I will not tell you you're wrong. I think you might be right. Because I don't know how they could get all that money. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
And another sports text says, how about them fighting Irish, baby?
Hey, I have never been so happy for the Fighting Irish to expose Caleb Williams and expose USC. I have never been so happy.
Caleb Williams looked silly. Go Notre Dame.
Oh wait, since we're talking college football, let me do the my thought for the day. Being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable. Boom or bust, they are there for you. Check them out today, WakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is things that you can count on. Death, taxes, and Texas A&M going 8-4 or worse. I couldn't help myself.
Of course you could.
All right, 877-396-W105. The main cause of divorce nowadays. What would that be? Main cause of divorce. I'm going to get to that coming up. We'll go to the phones in just a second. I got to do the tweet of the day. Being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Call Jamal 575-631-5099. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and on Facebook. Olympia is coming back for the cash days, and they're going to have the small tire shootout. $5,000 in prize money if they get 12 cars to run. And Olympia is going to be out there with the flashlight. It is going to be super, super cool. Daily driver, street, True Street, run with your brunget, tailgate, and small tire. That's going to be November 3rd and November 4th. And you want to be there for that. This is going to be a awesome, awesome race. 3rd and 4th going on at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. So MSNBC is interviewing this guy about Hamas and about Israel, and it kind of took them by surprise. Here is the tweet of the day. This is awesome.
You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart.
Hezbollah is very smart. That's the Republican candidate's position.
Lawrence, calling a person or a group of people very smart doesn't mean you're embracing them. For example, Iran made Joe Biden send them billions of dollars. Iran is smart. Joe Biden is dumb. Let me give you another one. MSNBC, your outlet, made half of the country believe in the Russia hoax. MSNBC is smart. But at the same time, you are still a fake news piece of shit outlet.
He didn't see it coming.
He did.
He did not see it coming.
Oh, talk about being handed your.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, price of oil on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. They are open right now, serving up breakfast. Hey, you ever feel like having breakfast for lunch? They can do that for you. They serve breakfast all day. So if you ever want breakfast for lunch, that's not a problem with these guys. They offer awesome breakfast and lunch, and now barbecue. Located in the old Touchdown Barbecue location. You can find them in Artesia, 811 West Main, and you can simply give them a call, 736-2593. Call them today. Call in advance if you want orders to prepare food for everybody on location or in the office. Yeah, Roadrunner Grill. Check them out today. And barbecue. Roadrunner Grill and barbecue. All right, Tom, we'll talk about that Coke case. That was finally, they've got the guy. We'll talk about that. And what they thought was a stabbing of an individual juvenile in Artesia. We'll get to that. And the price of oil. And we've got to talk about state police giving us an update on that shooting that happened Thursday of last week. We'll get to all of that up next.
All right, the texter on the question of the day is saying, 100% of divorces are caused by marriage. So you get married, you get divorced. Hey, Aaron is chiming in. Wedding cake would be the leading reason for divorce, says Aaron. And Nick from the Patch is kind of kidding, too. He says the major cause of divorce is the woman, says the texter. Another divorce reason, Kathy from the Patch said the number one cause of divorce, she says, I laugh out loud, is marriage, of course.
Damn.
Me?
Marriage was the main cause? Dang.
Getting married, man.
Man. Tom, you ever think you'll get married?
No. I tell you what I will do. If I meet someone and we are, we're compatible, we'll just hang out, dude. That's it.
What's compatible for you?
Well, she likes to do stuff that I like to do, and I like to do stuff that she likes to do.
So just lay around playing with the cats?
Just hanging out, dude. She could cook for me, clean for me.
Yeah, that's what a woman wants to hear, bro. I'm just saying, no doubt about it.
And
that is what a woman wants to hear.
She has a house. I'll go work on her house.
You'll go work on her house.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I could see where that works. All right, Russ, I'm about to put my other phone up.
Okay.
And the other camera.
There he is.
All right.
Where is he? Oh,
so
God, he's ugly again.
When at first you don't succeed, you just try and continue to try.
And the magic man behind the scenes is helping me put this all together here. Sure, he'll be joining us a little bit.
Oh,
you're
Russ,
foggy, B.
You're foggy, B.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Burning something there in the studio and.
No.
Okay. I thought it could be smoke.
Maybe the camera is. Hold up.
Windex. Put some Windex on it.
Hey, this is what we call live radio, baby.
Yes. And people watching on stream can now enjoy the full color comprehensive study of B cleaning the front of his phone.
And I just lost the connection, so you couldn't see anything. All right, come on now. My God, I ain't got time for this.
All right, well.
All right, is that better?
No.
Still looks foggy.
It's foggy, dude. It's just smoking.
Why is the camera that foggy?
Mm-hmm.
It's a brand new phone. All right, you're going to have to put up with that until I figure out my password for Messenger, because that's the other phone. I don't know how it loses, but it's lost. All right, 877-396-W105. Looks like Angel Armendariz found guilty, 2 counts first-degree murder in Otero County. The jury found Angel Armendariz guilty, 2 counts first-degree murder, felony murder case after 7 days of trial before the Honorable Angie Snyder. Jury deliberated, and approximately 6 hours before they delivered that case. This was a cold case dating back to 2014. Congratulations for closing that case. And at approximately 5:24 p.m., that was on Saturday, Artesia Police Department responded to an area of Runyon and 22nd. Initial call about a stabbing of one juvenile by another juvenile. Officers were also informed that those juveniles were transported to Artesia General Hospital for their injuries. It was determined, though, through the investigation that the stabbing did not occur. There was a video of 2 juveniles fighting, but there was no stabbing. So that's pretty much all that we know at this point. Ongoing investigation at this point. And update on the shooting that happened by an Artesia police officer. New Mexico State Police gave an update that led to the officer-involved shooting with at the Artesia complex, safety complex. Police say there was an argument between 2 men in the parking lot of the Artesia Public Safety Complex. The argument escalated. One man shot and killed 42-year-old Mark Rommel. Artesia police officer Christopher Gallegos was in the immediate area and fired at the suspect, striking him. Suspect was airlifted to the hospital injured and has since been discharged. So the big question is, will the person that shot Rommel, will he be charged? And there is no word yet on whether they are going to be pressing charges against the initial shooter. So at this time, that's all we know, Tom. That's it. And shooting death. And according to Fox, K-Fox out of El Paso. There was a shooting in Las Cruces about 9:30 on Saturday involving a 14-year-old that died, and a 15-year-old has been charged with involuntary manslaughter and possession of a handgun.
Teens.
Too many stories about kids involving guns as of late.
Yep, way too much.
Sad story. And Jay Jenkins from Carlsbad National Bank posted this up on Saturday. Thank you, Jay, for posting it. He posted up, thankful to testify this morning at a Zoom meeting before the New Mexico Economic and Rural Development and Policy Committee opposing the creation of a state-owned public bank. All of our 31 locally owned New Mexico banks are meeting the needs of the customers and communities. Where are we? China, that we need a state-run bank?
Don't go there.
Let me ask you this much. What exactly does New Mexico do really well on the public sector? Please tell me one thing that we do well. Highways? CYFD? So we are not really good at running stuff. Why would we want to get into the banking industry? You know, I love capitalism. I really do. I love capitalism. So let the capitalists do what they got to do. End of story. And thanks again, Jay Jenkins, for posting. Without you, brother, I would not know. And Jim Townsend wrote a letter to New Mexico State and University of New Mexico because they have not yet condemned Hamas. So he wrote the letter, I guess that was on Friday, and sent it out to both the publicly funded universities. Price of oil coming up in just a second. By the way, congratulations going out to Megan Patterson. She has become the first ever female referee in our region. So Megan, by the way, Megan played football on the Southeast New Mexico women's football team that competed all over the state and in Midland, Odessa, and other parts of Texas. So Megan is now the first ever women's referee. So congratulations.
Go girl.
That's not what you said a couple.
Well, that was
times.
10 years ago.
So you've changed. You've evolved.
No, I mean she made a wrong call and cost the team a championship.
No. She didn't make a wrong call. She just started.
No, the other one we're talking about.
Well, I mean, don't you think men make the same mistake?
Sure. But she was in the wrong position to make that call, and I know because I officiate.
Yeah, you're a big time officiator. Getting hit with the ball. All right. Price oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They are not hiring right now. Let me just say that they are not hiring. They filled all their positions that they had open in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Now, when they are hiring, they are a drug-free employer and an equal opportunity employer. They offer the best salary and the best benefit package. So when they are hiring, you can find out more information at greatoilfieldjobs.com. Price oil time, $6.42.
$87.51 for West Texas Intermediate. Brent crude at $90.62. And the price of natural gas staying steady at $3.14.
I got a brand new Donald Trump advertising that is out there. You're not going to believe who voiced this ad. I'll get to that. And Senator Marco Rubio calls for canceling the visas of every foreign national supporter of Hamas in this country. Canceling them. Kicking them out. Deporting them. Would you support something like that, Tom? They are backing a terrorist organization. So you wouldn't back that?
Oh, God, no. Are you kidding?
So you would not back throwing every supporter of Hamas out of the United States.
If they're terrorists, throw them out.
Why can't I just get a damn
Wow.
answer? I mean, Will, can I get somebody that will actually answer questions? Let me ask the question again. Senator Marco Rubio calling on canceling visas for every foreign national who supports the terrorist group Hamas and immediately deporting them out of America. Would you support this?
I would support them kicking them out of town.
Now, how hard was that?
I wouldn't.
Yes, I would support Rubio's actions
Mm-hmm.
to put this forward.
Yeah. Well, look, when you are a guest in this country, you are a guest in this country. And we can deport you at any particular time because you are a guest in the country. You want to support a terrorist group? We ain't going to accept that.
No.
You don't have that right.
Well, just look
Suspect.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Just look at what happened last week. All those major college universities are having protests against Israel. That was sickening, man.
Yeah. Suspect pled not guilty in the charges in a September birthday party shooting. The local barber accused of shooting another barber in a heated argument is pled not guilty. And for whatever reason, the story, so I have no name, but that did happen in Roswell in September. All right, 877-396-W105, 645. Tom, wrap up the text. We'll take a break. I got to play this new ad from Trump. I'll get to that. And at some point this morning, we will start qualifying people for the cash. Russ, who won the cash on Friday?
It was Jim Spence.
Man, Jim is one lucky son of a gun. He wins a lot.
He wins one a season. How long have we been doing this now? 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years.
And he
So every time
wins
you do it,
one
he
a
wins.
season, Jim Spence. And Jim doesn't even, he calls off him, but he's not one of the every time callers.
Right.
He's a
He's
lucky
just,
dude.
He's just a luck of the draw. So congratulations going out to Jim. All right, let me just say this much. I will be glad when boxing returns to boxing.
Okay.
Over the weekend, Logan Paul, Dylan Danis. Tommy Fury won his fight. And, when it comes to boxing, he's more closer to being a real boxer than everybody else. But Logan Paul, they say tops Dylan Danis, but it was they stopped the fight. They stopped the fight because it was that out-and-out brawl. And, look, I'm sick and tired of the Paul brothers fighting non-boxers. If you want to be a boxer, and then I hear him saying something like, now we know who the real fighters are. You fight a guy that's not even a UFC fighter. I think he's fought 3 real fights. He's not even good enough to fight in UFC. So who did you beat at the end of the day? That's like you saying you beat Tom A.
Can you imagine what a champion like Mike Tyson would have done to Logan Paul?
Oh, just look at
He
that.
just
I just wish that boxing would get back to real boxing and that these 2 YouTubers would go, I don't know, stick their finger in an outlet or something. I'm just saying, do something.
Oh, somebody like a Joe Rogan or something will step up and put them in their place here before long.
Eventually. All right, recent study finds that Colorado is the healthiest state in the United States. Number 1, Colorado. CDC determining that Colorado is the healthiest state.
Really?
Hawaii is number 2, Vermont number 3, New Hampshire number 4, and Utah number 5. And when it comes to the least healthiest state, I knew my home state would be in the top 5. All the fried food in Louisiana, but West Virginia is the most unhealthiest state. Kentucky number 2, Louisiana number 3, Alabama number 4, and Mississippi number 5. Oklahoma came in at number 6, Oklahoma number 7, and Tennessee, Missouri, and Ohio. So lots of southern states, just we're not living the life. I had this conversation with somebody over the weekend about Israel. You know, Israel, the land that Israel is populated on right now, Jewish people has settled on that land 2,000 years before Christ.
Right.
2,000 years before Christ. So whose land is it?
Israel.
It was their land.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems it was theirs. All right, 877-396-W105. Wrap up the text, Tom. I got to get to the I did the thought for the day. We'll take a break in just a second. But I want to play this Trump ad before we take a break. Go ahead.
All right, so this text is saying, you know what the major cause of divorce is? Money. The men can't make as much as the women. Here's how I will tell a young couple before they get married. Decide who pays the bills. Have your own checkbooks, and then you'll never have a problem with money.
Well, what? Decide who pays the bills.
Right.
Oh, I get it, you cheap bastard. You want the woman to pay all the bills.
No, she takes a certain amount of bills. He takes a certain amount of bills, and there you go.
Yeah, but is that really building a marriage?
Yeah, why not? You trust each other to pay the bills.
But you don't trust each other enough to. I don't look. I know people that have had separate bank accounts and they've been married for 40 years. So who am I? But it just seems to me when you get married, you become one
On certain things.
But not checking account. And let me just say this much: you would be so much better off on the other side. That her money becomes your money because you ain't got no money.
Well, in my two marriages, I let them control that. That was a big mistake.
You let them control the money?
The pocketbook, yeah. Here's my check, baby. Deposit it.
And they both made more money than you.
Well, not really. It was our money, but yeah.
Oh, now it's your money. Yes. Yeah. Whatever. All right, text line, Tom, and then we're going to go right into this brand new Trump ad that is something else. And I don't know if I'll play the whole thing, but Tucker Carlson actually voiced the ad. And all this stuff, Tucker Carlson doesn't like Donald Trump. Well, why would he voice the ad if he didn't like him? So, text line 652.
All right, Francisco's chiming in about the game against Artesia and Roswell High on Friday night. The Coyotes did beat the Artesia Bulldogs, and then he said they had to drive all the way home with their tails between them. It was a great.
I said on Friday there were two good coaches and two good teams that were going to meet. And you know what? They'll probably play each other. Something we forget is that these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Right. And so, they'll probably meet again and play again. And, I said it on Friday. Jeff Lynn is a good coach. Coach Maupin is a good coach.
Yep.
Some nights you just come up flat.
And that's what Coach Jeremy Maupin told me on Saturday morning after I interviewed him about the game. He said they just had a better game plan that day, and they beat us. They just
it sounds to me they first play of the game, onside kick, recovered it. It's they put the accelerator on them quick. For sure.
The Artesia Bulldogs will come back. They got Goddard. They got Goddard this weekend, but they'll come back.
All right, Tom, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, let me get back to my text. You know what, Tom? I have to give credit where credit is due. And he said, "You're the one person that I've come to realize can speak more crap out of your butt than anybody else," says the texter.
But he's still a Buffaloes fan, okay? He's still sticking with them, okay?
And by the way, we got a phone call. Good morning. You're on B and the Breakfast Club.
What's going on, my friend?
Hey, do y'all have any updates
On
that Walmart shooting?
no, not what we reported earlier.
They're still searching for the shooter. Last time that's the last I got.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Yeah. Looks like a 17-year-old man has been charged with murder, first degree, 2 counts of attempted murder, and tampering with evidence, larceny of a firearm, and unlawful possession of a handgun by a person less than 19 years of age. The male turned himself in to the Alamogordo Police Department, and that shooting happened when I guess they were alerted when the victim was on his way to the hospital. Officers and deputies, Otero County Sheriff's Office, gained additional information that led officers to the residence of a Plainview Drive location. This case is being investigated by the Major Crimes Unit out of Otero County. So no name given on the 17-year-old because he is still a juvenile, but he has been charged with first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree and a slew of charges. And the Democratic Party of New Mexico, their chair, Jessica Velasquez, and people like Mimi Stewart were gathering Saturday along with the governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, and the governor announced the historic New Mexico Climate Investment Center that will manage the investments in clean energy products, infrastructure, and accessibility in New Mexico. New Mexico remains committed to reducing the emissions while spurring clean economic development.
Whatever.
By the way, how are you going to replace that 43% of the budget? That's the only question I have for you.
Right.
I hate to be smug, but I want to know how you're going to replace that. Morning show this morning being brought to you by my buddy that goes up to Santa Fe and fights that type of garbage every single day. Randy Pettigrew. By the way, Randy is seeking re-election in District 61. And, it's stuff like that drives me nuts and drives him nuts and drives pretty much everybody in Southeast New Mexico nuts when it comes to clean energy. By the way, we have clean energy. We do. Natural gas is clean. You know what? Production of oil and gas in this state is much cleaner than it was 30 years ago. The golden goose keeps giving you these big, giant eggs like a budget surplus. And for whatever reason, you're not smart enough to figure it out. Randy is fighting for your Second Amendment right. Randy is fighting to protect the unborn. Randy is fighting to protect our way of life in Southeast New Mexico, the oil and gas industry, and etc. Get in touch with Randy Pettigrew. Go to the website, randallpettigrew.com, randallpettigrew.com. And if you can, give to his upcoming campaign. Check the weather and news within minutes. Trump's brand new ad, voiced by Tucker Carlson. Here we go.
Millions of Americans sincerely love Donald Trump. They love him in spite of everything they've heard. They love him often in spite of himself. They love Donald Trump because no one else loves them. The country they built, the country their ancestors fought for over hundreds of years, has left them to die in their unfashionable little towns, mocked and despised by the sneering half-wits with finance degrees but no actual skills who seem to run everything all of a sudden. Whatever Donald Trump's faults, he is better than the rest of the people in charge. At least he doesn't hate them for their weakness. Donald Trump, in other words, is and has always been a living indictment of the people who run this country. That was true 4 years ago when Trump came out of nowhere to win the presidency, and it's every bit as true right now. Trump rose because they failed. It's as simple as that. If the people in charge had done a halfway decent job with the country they inherited, if they'd cared about anything other than themselves, even for just a moment, Donald Trump would still be hosting Celebrity Apprentice. But they didn't. Instead, they were incompetent and narcissistic and cruel and relentlessly dishonest.
By the way, this ad goes on for like another minute.
Wow.
But what a great ad by Tucker Carlson. Is that an endorsement of Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is, because if you're going to loan your voice to a campaign, you're pretty much endorsing the campaign. All right, that number 877-396-W105. In just a little bit, we'll qualify you for the more cash. Jim Spence, the latest winner of cash. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. They've got everything for the farmer ranch. If you're working and need work gear, steel-toe boots, looking good clothes, whatever it is, they've got you covered. Your Purina dealer. Feed for all your animals. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Tom, wrap up the text.
All right, Matt is chiming in, B, saying, good morning, guys. Well, good morning to you. Tom, you're such a D-bag, says this one texter. And on the question of the day, she has her money. I have mine. We split the bills. We've never argued about nothing, especially money, says the texter. And I agree with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And how about those guys? Congratulations to the to Roswell High Coyotes. And another texter says the number one reason for divorce, and he agrees with the other texters, is the wedding. Says the texter. Oh, I caught Tom at the buffet yesterday. Here's what I want to say about that.
Wait. I don't do buffets.
Well, I was,
Wait. I don't do buffets. I've got this new regime.
Yeah.
And I don't do buffets.
Look, sucker, I bet 267 pounds on Friday, right, Russ?
So
Yep.
you got coming up, what, about 40, no,
Can't even
60,
Just
75 days to get down the 218.
And it's getting
But
there
keep up
pretty
with
fast.
the buffets, Jelly Boy.
I'm going to do it. What are you going to
I can't wait. Hey, all I am is about the money. Show me the damn money.
So it's coming. It is coming fast. Mama Bear.
You made that bet, right? You're going to owe me $1,000.
No, I didn't make no bet. I'm just saying it's going to happen. Mama Bear says, yeah, we support deporting them. Send them back to Gaza, says the texter. And Buddy is chiming in this morning saying, State Highway Department needs to chop them weeds in the median between Hobbs and Lovington. You're right.
You know what? I don't mean anything disparaging when it comes to the highway department. I'm just saying we don't do things really well.
No.
And we're going to get into the banking business.
Right. And I agree with Buddy on that, but it's very dangerous, man. I don't care what time of the day to weed eat those weeds from the highway department on the highway. You get hit.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
And Justin from Waswell says, just hand B the 1K. B?
My God.
Well, I got a friend who could spray them. They use a little truck and just spray them.
We got state employees, Tom. Why we got to get your friend to spray them? I'm just wondering. I mean, since we have state employees.
Mm-hmm. They sprayed my complex the other day with that green stuff.
Oh, awesome, Tom. We have state employees. Why are we gonna pay somebody?
And I'm kind of mad because now a new guy moved in with a 50-foot trailer which now I'm no longer the biggest RV in the complex. So nobody can see my Willie Nelson bus anymore when they're traveling through.
Are you done?
Yes.
God bless you. I'm glad you're done.
You're just jealous because nobody can see your RV.
I don't want anybody to see my RV, Tom. I mean, what's the good of that? Somebody seeing it? What difference would that make? But thank you. God bless you.
You don't have a Willie Nelson bus. How do you like that?
I don't want a Willie Nelson bus because it smells like weed and cat urine now. I don't want it. I mean, what more do you want? All right, Ted Cruz, talk about Hamas. We're going to get to that in just a second. I am going to try to switch to this other phone if I can get it done. I have no idea why this camera looks so fuzzy, but I look very hazy. It looks like Russ Black's, looks like his back room. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. National Anthem and the Pledge coming up. Taking out the trash and more. Number 877-396-W105. Checking the weather. Being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She is, of course, the owner and the designer and inventor of the AtLastMakerMirror.com. Give Rebecca a call today. 575-631-3189. And Christmas is not that far away. Ladies, if you've been thinking that you want the At Last Maker Mirror and you've been dropping hints, you ought to just get it for yourself. Go to the website and order it right now. AtLastMakerMirror.com. Times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification, LED lights, very nice. And now they have the new and improved wall mount that comes in multiple colors, longer extension cord. It is a awesome, awesome mirror that mounts right up on your wall. Now, if you want the one that travels with you, it weighs less than 4 pounds, comes in the traveling case. It is a awesome mirror. You can take it anywhere in the world. It travels easy. Go to the website, AtLastMakerMirror, AtLastMakerMirror.com. 73 and sunny today, 48 tonight, 80 coming up for your Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be up to 85. Unbelievable. All right, we got a lot of things to get to this morning. Our number, 877-396-W105. Things that happen on this date in history on the way. Also, taking out the trash. Right now, let's get updated. Find out what's going on with news. Being brought to you by All American Cleaners. Family owned and operated in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Hobbs. Go to the website for more information. allamericancleaners.net. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds of clothes for $16.99. And, of course, they can dry clean you, do all your starching. All American Cleaners, allamericancleaners.net. 707, taking a break. We're B and the Breakfast Club. National Anthem and the Pledge on the way. Coming up during the next break, we're B and the Breakfast Club.
B2B MVD presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win. NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's Electric, serving Carlsbad for over 15 years. Griffin's Electric, bringing you the news. Call Jeremy today, 575-200-8812.
Griffin's Electric, a local contractor in Carlsbad, is looking to hire experienced electricians. Employees will work 40 to 50 hours a week with weekends off, will receive competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, paid time off, and yes, health insurance is available. Please email resumes to griffinselectric@gmail.com or call 575-200-8812. That's 575-200-8812. Griffin's Electric is a locally sourced business that supports strong family and community values.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. Details leading up to a fight that resulted in the shooting death of a 35-year-old man remains unclear, but a 17-year-old facing a charge of first-degree murder in that shooting death. It took place last Saturday at a hotel in the 200 block of North Marlin. Police arrived to find 35-year-old Maharshi Bhatka suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital, where he later died. Officers got a copy of surveillance video from the hotel. It showed an altercation between the victim and several male suspects who were seen entering and leaving an adjacent room. The male suspects all entered a vehicle parked outside the room, then got back out and began fighting with Bhatka. Muzzle flashes from a firearm can be seen in the video, and the suspects fled the scene. A day after a permit for nuclear disposal in southeast New Mexico was issued, workers at the waste isolation pilot plant were ready to begin mining new space for the waste. The New Mexico Environment Department on October 4th issued a 10-year renewal of the operations permit for the waste isolation pilot plant. After months of public input and mediation between the state of New Mexico and federal government, the agency signed a settlement agreement June 23rd and issued a draft of the permit this past August 15th. Mike Clampett, described by those who knew him as untiring, unflinching, influential, dedicated to area youth and more, longtime director of the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs, died on Tuesday of last week at Lubbock Heart Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. He was 71. Funeral services will be Friday at 10 a.m. at Christian Center Church in Hobbs. Clampett started as chief professional officer of the Boys and Girls Club in Hobbs in April of 2000. Though he talked about retirement, he was still committed to working with the area's youth. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I want to go back to caveman days and goose a T-Rex. You know, whenever you watch them science shows on TV, they're talking about mankind, always two big inventions people get all jacked up about. Number one is fire. And, you know, when a man tamed fire, that changed everything. Other big deal, though, was a wheel. You give some knuckle-dragging, peanut-sized brain Neanderthal fire, you gave him warmth and hot food. Throw in the wheel, you gave him a fire truck when you burned his cave down. Now, I ain't some big-shot, smart-aleck, fossil-hunting Nimrod. I don't know what ancient discovery is more important than the next one. But I do know this. I know the biggest ever invention in the history of mankind has been overlooked. I wonder who invented the first chair. Think about it. Before some ancient caveman dude invented a chair, your prehistoric man had two choices. He could stand up or lay down. And you know, for a couple million years, he was probably squatting down, looking at how his knees bent, and he thought, there's got to be something we can do with this. And then, out of the blue, somebody invented sitting. In fact, if we could trace back to when the first caveman invented the chair, we could kind of rename that part of history. We'll call it the take-a-load-off period. Think how good that had to feel, especially after standing for a couple of million years. My guess is, when the first guy invented the chair, two other cave guys, they built them one, pulled them all over to the fire, and they started talking sports. And then they had to wait another 2 million years for somebody to invent beer and Doritos. Wake up, America! And that, of course, led to the recliner, the ottoman, and the TV remote. Evolution is always evolving. Hey, wait a minute. I'm Earl Pitts American. You can like me on Facebook, by the way. And Pitzel.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies. Servicing residential and commercial, as well as industrial units for the patch, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating. Pop's Power Washing Services, LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pop's Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric at and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pops Power Washing Service, LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330.
A safe and loving environment for those we cherish. Beehive Assisted Living and Memory Care offers both long-term and respite care with daily activities, medication management, dietitian-approved meals, bathing, dressing, mobility, and memory care. Live in comfort with a private bed, bath, and AC and heating in each unit. Beehive provides privacy, security, and certified medical care 24/7. Beehive Assisted Living and Memory Care, 1928 College Lane in Hobbs. For more information, contact Sammy at beehivenm.com or call 575-964-7160.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Facebook live video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Very discreet, but I'll haunt your dreams.
All right, 7:15, 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and the Breakfast Club, another day in paradise still to come. National anthem and the pledge, we're going to get to that on the way. Weather looking pretty awesome today. And according to a brand new survey, Americans looking to travel abroad in 2024. Mexico, Canada, and France emerging as the favorites of where people would like to travel. And but if you want a true foreign country experience without leaving an American, you can just go and Eagle Pass, Texas is the place for you to go. I mean, if you want that, yeah. So the survey revealed 51% of respondents seek to relax on vacation, which is easy in Mexico because, yeah, I mean, that's very easy. Bring the bulletproof vest. I'm just thinking out loud, bulletproof vest. And new survey finds 56% of adults feel behind on their retirement savings, which the other 44% are so far behind they have no savings. Tom, how's your savings going?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're awesome. I believe you. According to 60% of Americans, 60% of Americans are taking prescription drugs. 60% of Americans. Now, I would be like, okay, if it was 60% of adults, but this says 60% of Americans, which seems kind of high to me. Mortgage rates hit a 23-year high, while home affordability hits a 38-year low. If you factor in the high interest rate, that adds to, yeah, we can't afford to buy a home. And threats are rising in the United States after Hamas attacks. You got people in the United States beating up Jewish folks, and Christopher Wray talking about the threat in the United States. He's the FBI director, and saying the threats in the United States are growing. Well, when you have Hamas talking about Friday being the day of the jihad, yeah, I would be a little worried myself. Senate won't wait for the House for Israel aid. So the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said yesterday, Senate is working on a comprehensive aid package for Israel. Can we afford two wars at the same time? Joe Biden spoke about this and said, yes, we can. Of course, I mean, This dude gives away more money. I mean, he is a big-time money giveaway, for sure. Ted Cruz talked about Hamas, talked about Israel. Here's what Ted had to say.
Iran funded this attack. Iran is directing this attack. There were 4 different buckets of cash that have gone and funded this attack. Number one, many people have talked about the $6 billion. Just in recent weeks, the Biden administration negotiated an agreement where they agreed to pay $6 billion in exchange for 5 Americans being released as hostages. Now, at the time, I said that was a terrible decision because they were effectively placing a bounty on the head of every American. They were setting a price of $1.2 billion per American. And I predicted at the time the result of that will be more of our enemies will take Americans hostage and Iran will take more hostages. I didn't know it would be just a couple of weeks later. We have more than 20 American hostages now that Iran has taken, Hamas has taken. And that, I think, was incentivized by the $6 billion.
I can see that happening. I mean, if we're going to give $1.5 billion for every hostage that's taken, I can definitely see that happen. And you've got representatives saying we should bring more Palestinians to the United States. Tom, would you be down with that?
Ask me
Bringing
again.
more Palestinians here?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
You want a holy war on this land, B?
I mean, Tom, I hate to tell you, we already let them in. Dennis Prager talking about Israel.
If Israel occupied 200 square feet, they would try to obliterate it. There are 22 Arab states, 52 Muslim states. There's one Jewish state, the size of New Jersey. And for whatever reason, they want to exterminate it. 22 Arab states is not enough. There has to be another. But there can't be one Jewish state. So this is what we have just witnessed. The desire to murder as many as possible, and then the barbarity of it. One young woman who was at the concert was actually a German tourist. Her naked body was being driven through Gaza. Gleeful crowds cheering it on. You could see it. It's very, very easily seen on the internet.
When I hear people saying, well, not all the Palestinians, I don't know. I saw them chanting. I saw them laughing at dead bodies. I saw them making fun of little kids that they had killed. It just makes me feel like all of them. Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor, and talking about negotiating with Hamas. Well, he said they hadn't started negotiating with Hamas, but they are trying to get third parties to negotiate a release of American hostages. I'm sure now they want $1.5 billion per person. Here's what he said.
We have not looked at that we have not heard from them something like that. That's not something that is currently under active discussion. It has not been proposed. What we are focused on instead, as I said before, are pursuing avenues with third countries for release. I'm not going to get into the details of what that might look like, again, to protect those channels in hopes that they can bear some fruit.
You remember back in the day, Tom, we did not negotiate with terrorists.
That's right.
I mean, it was we will not negotiate with them. Video reveals new details on the machete attack on a train, Amtrak train. Amtrak train turned into a crime scene in the middle of New Mexico. It all started last month on that cross-country train ride from Los Angeles to Chicago. Witnesses watched a man stab another man with a machete on the train as it approached Albuquerque. The man police initially believed to be the victim turned out to be something else. Yeah, he was actually the guy doing the stabbing. House Republicans introduced a Gaza Act to stop Biden from importing Palestinians to the United States. Representative Tom Tiffany of Wyoming and Andy Ogles, Republican from Tennessee, introduced the legislation to stop Biden from bringing in more Palestinians into the United States. At the same time, The guy that pulled the fire alarm, Jamal Bowman. Why hasn't this guy been arrested yet? Said the U.S. should welcome in the Palestinian refugees. Hey, let's go ahead and send them to New York. That's your home area. That's your district. Let's send them all to New York if that's what you want. We'll send them right to New York. Not a problem. Oklahoma team wins a Volkswagen Beetle after attending a stranger's funeral.
Oh, really?
Perfect winner was drawn. Oklahoma man on top of the world after make that Oklahoma teen top of the world after winning the car as she went to a funeral about 30 miles from her home. So they were giving away the car at the funeral. 16-year-old Gabrielle Bonham won the car. That's a pretty cool story. That's a really cool story. Have you ever gone to a funeral where they gave anything away?
No.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, you got all these belongings. What are you going to do? Hold a raffle that's a great idea. That's an awesome idea. All right, we're going to talk about a gun store that is shut down by federal agents in Albuquerque. I'll get to that. And many U.S. companies eliminating the college degree requirements amid the out-of-control school costs. They're just doing away with the college degree requirements. I'll tell you about that coming up next.
And
but look,
B,
if
do you have
a college degree, I mean, at least you went and got it. Right, Tom?
Yeah.
What's up, Will? Russ?
I was wondering if you had the story on Putin finally makes a statement about the Israeli Hamas.
No, what did old Putin have to say?
Well, this is kind of scary. Last week, when it all started, Russian President Vladimir Putin called for the creation of an independent, sovereign Palestinian state and accused Israel of taking by force native Palestinian lands. And then he went on to encourage others to enforce this against Israel. So, in other words, that's Putin's orders to Iran, or his bona fides on Iran. I've had something that's got me fairly scared about this whole thing, Kevin. It's now been promised in Lebanon, the country of Lebanon, is that their government from Beirut has promised to step into this if Gaza is invaded, and this will happen. The invasion of Gaza will happen.
I am hearing that SEAL Team 6 is being sent in. I'm hoping that is not true.
Well, sending our people.
Do you know who's training with the Saudi Arabians right now? The Saudis? China.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We are at on the foreign side of things, Joe Biden's got us in a bad shape. He's got us over the barrel.
That's not what's going to change the world. And a little terrorist attack from these monkeys that come across the border, that's not going to change the world. But what do you think Benjamin Netanyahu is going to do when he is facing annihilation? Because when he invades Gaza, Lebanon's going to come after him. So is Hezbollah from the other side. Every
Arab nation.
And they're going to try to squeeze him out. Well, what do you think Benjamin Netanyahu's going to do? You think he bought all those nuclear weapons from America to let them sit in the warehouse for dust? No. When faced with annihilation, he is going to use them, and then the world changes forever.
Yeah. You guys, on a serious note, I was reading this book named The Final Judgment, which
we're reading a book.
Well,
wait, there's a bigger story than this.
Well,
Tom A. was reading a book?
I was. And according to this.
Wait. Where did you get the book?
Well, I was at a bookstore in Hobbs, and I seen.
Wait. What's the name of the bookstore?
I seen the Final Judgment book on. I forgot what. I just went in there for a minute.
What's the name of it?
It's called the Final Judgment. Now, a lot of
what's the name of the bookstore?
I don't know. Pay attention to it. I just went in.
So you went into a bookstore in Hobbs, but you don't know the name of the bookstore in Hobbs.
No, I was just shopping. I went in there and it said bookstore. I said, okay. I was just browsing for something for a gift for my daughter. And I saw this right there. It's called The Final Judgment. Now, in particular, this particular war, yes, it's coming, but it's not going to be the final one. And the final one, it illustrated that we've already seen the epidemics, the pandemics. We've already seen war among other nations. We've already seen some of the other stuff. So it pointed out the signs of what's going to happen. And this was not going to be the final one, but we got to be ready when it does.
Oh, and from Lovington
I'm
Liberal.
just looking for this bookstore in Hobbs.
Trump, this from Lovington Liberal. Trump.
Wait, Rush, you're missing something. I'm looking for this bookstore in Hobbs, and I just can't find the C. Barnes and Noble, no. I'm not finding a bookstore. Where is it located, Tom?
The bookstore in Hobbs?
Yeah. Yeah, like where in Hobbs? What street?
I don't know. One of them, Bender or Grimes, one of them, somewhere along the line. Anyway, I was washing my car, too, there in Hobbs.
You see why some days I want to kill him?
Why?
Do you understand now? I'm just saying.
Who knows? I mean, come on.
Okay. From Lovington Liberal, Trump being president is more scarier. Love that grammar.
Because there were all these wars when Trump was president.
Yeah, all them wars we had when Trump was president. Trump was president, more scarier than anything else. And people coming over the border aren't monkeys, you old racist white man. Okay, I apologize for using the slur monkey. How about Palestinian murderous thugs that may be coming across the border to inflict attacks on Americans? See, I was prefacing that towards the people that would be making attacks and terrorist attacks in America. You low IQ'd little Lemmy with a keyboard. Okay?
We do not know who these people are.
Right.
And this is what I've been saying, unvetted, unchecked.
I apologize. I apologize for calling them monkeys and getting upset there. How about terrorist Palestinian Muslim thugs? Those would be the people coming over to make attacks against Americans. So is that clear enough? Does that satisfy you?
People that have come across the border, it's on the terrorist watch list, they were on that list for a reason. They were. All right, I got a great story. Lovington Liberal, it's for you. I'm going to get to it coming up next. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. They also would like to remind you to please give to Lovington Shelter so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. The Biden administration on Friday is threatening your local banks, threatening them for refusing to lend money to illegal immigrants. The Biden administration released a statement Friday warning financial institutions against using a person's immigration status to judge their ability to pay the loan back. Consumer Finance Protection Bureau and the Department of Justice released a joint statement telling financial institutions that while it is not illegal to consider a person's immigration status in the decision on whether that person should be given money, but it could run afoul with the law, according to their statement. Statement says the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which makes it illegal to discriminate based on race, color, religion, national origin, sex, or more considering a person's credit application as a mechanism, even though the law does not list citizenship as a protected attribute. Joe Biden. Why you got to get involved? Look, if a bank doesn't want to loan people money based on their legal status, what does that person have to keep them here? Where they could walk away from the loan and the banks lose money. See, this is the problem when you get involved in stuff that you shouldn't be involved in. The bank is going to make a decision if they should loan the money or not loan the money based on the history of payments in the past and so on and so forth. I wish you cared so much for citizens as you do foreigners. I really do. I wish you cared for me, Joe taxpayer, as much as you cared for foreigners. Let the banks decide who they're going to loan money to. Shut the damn borders down. We wouldn't even have this discussion. Do your job. That's your job. Let them do their job. I'm taking out the trash. I'm about sick and tired of y'all. God bless you. All right, on the way, federal agents raid a gun store in Albuquerque. We'll get to that up next. Morning show being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells fuel station. Running low on fuel. You're on 128. Exit right there on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles. Covered area, beautiful facility. Open to the public. They sell unleaded green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, and more. Twin Wells fuel station. They accept all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. Find them today right there off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Fill up today. Twin Wells fuel station. Tom and the tax. We'll get to a couple stories. We got the national anthem and the pledge on the way.
Boy, dang, B, did you get on a bad weekend and get on the wrong side of the bed?
I had an awesome weekend. Go to my Facebook page and look at my pictures. I had an awesome weekend. I am sick and tired of the federal government worrying about foreigners more than they worry about us. I wish they took that same effort to make America a great place to be. All you do is accept our tax dollars and bend us over at the end of the day. Awesome weekend. Great weekend. God bless you.
And another texter says, if any about the highway department, they need to add turning lanes to 128 and roads coming onto it, says the texter. And dear Lovington, a liberal, next time you have a thought, please clench your butt cheeks and hold on to it, says the texter. Oh, yeah, Oscar says, good job, government. I need money from the banks. Alone? No, thank you, says the texter. And another one says, Trump got heck for blowing up a warlord with a Predator missile, says the texter. And oh, my God, just let the guy tell a story. Jeez, B, it's just a stupid book, says the texter.
Okay, so let Biden lie, too, because that's what we're getting from Tom.
They're lying to you. It was a little shop with a lot of books in it.
I don't know. He probably made up the damn name of the book.
No, it was a little shop with a little bunch of books in it. They had a little tink, just stuff. generic stuff. And I actually went over to the college to see the little ring of the sun.
Oh my God. Oh, dear Lord, help me, please.
Boy, there was like 300 people.
The best text this morning says 2 surprising things that I've learned by listening to B in the Breakfast Club this morning. 1, there's a liberal in Lovington, and 2, there's books in Hobbs.
That's great. That's what I said. I started looking for a bookstore and was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it wasn't your regular bookstore.
Another story.
Man, you couldn't just ad-lib the name of a bookstore. Just at Barnes and Nobles. That's the
No, but we don't have one in Hobbs.
Barn.
I don't know. Majestic Bookstore? Whatever.
Right. Oasis. There you
Oasis.
go.
It's one of the mom and pop shops, man. They got them all over the place.
There you go. And the headlines tomorrow, Tom's out buying books at the Oasis bookstore. You don't even know what the Oasis bookstore is, do you? I know you don't even know what it is, do you?
We know this. We already know.
At the dirty bookstore, it's out on the
oh my God,
on the highway in between, out there somewhere off in the country, going on one of the highways from Hobbs. You pass it every once in a while. And it's
nasty.
All right, I finally got into one Facebook account so I can maybe fix this other camera. All right, federal agents. The feds have busted a long-standing gun shop in Albuquerque after a man was allegedly making illegal sales and trying to sell fully automatic rifles. Federal agents went undercover multiple times. They said they bought guns from him at the store 3 times, spending thousands of dollars, and each time he did something illegal. Shooter's Den on San Mateo has been operational since 1986. The feds say Anthony Steben was the one who was breaking the law. And the search warrant filed earlier this month, agents from the Federal Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms say Stevens was breaking licensing and registration rules and selling parts that are illegal when attached. Starting in March, agents started going in the store, and they gave the store a warning. Well, he kept up the same activity, selling to undercover agents. So, Shooter's Den in San Mateo and Albuquerque has been closed, and he's in big, big trouble. U.S. companies increasingly eliminating the college degree as a requirement because of the out-of-control school costs. Some of the companies include Walmart, IBM, Bank of America, and Google, eliminating the number of jobs that require a college degree. Michael Gibson, venture capitalist and author of a book, Paper Bell on Fire, that's available at the bookstore where Tom went, but I don't know the name of it, says that higher education system in the United States, that they are limiting the number of jobs where you actually need a 4-year degree now. It's harder to find applicants.
Right.
That's the bigger problem. So they're eliminating the having to have a college degree to be employed with such companies as Bank of America, Google, and others. 877-396-W105. Carrie Armillo is going to be overseeing Human Services Department as she becomes the new secretary of that department. Boy, this governor cannot keep people for whatever reason. Crazy. And I was proud to see this. Jeff Landry, my old buddy in Louisiana, won the Republican side of things and hopes to reclaim that office. The general election is going to be coming up in November, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So general election coming up. And, of course, so did he win the whole election? Or I thought it was just the – no, he won the governorship.
Yeah.
So he is the governor of Louisiana.
Wow. Wow, B.
Wow. Republican governor in Louisiana. That would be the first Republican since Bobby Jindal, the Indian Cajun.
Oh, I remember him.
Looks like Pence's campaign will report a debt of $620,000. Look for Mike Pence to drop out of the race soon.
I have some important breaking news.
Sure, go ahead.
Now being reported by CNN that Israeli fighters are striking Hezbollah targets in Lebanon.
Oh, they've gone in there, huh? Wow.
So the thing of whether Israel was going to strike Gaza is kind of all putting on the back burner right now. Israel now striking against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. This will immediately bring the country of Lebanon into this. And I don't know. I wouldn't know how important this is, but I think we just watched the outbreak of World War III.
Well, we'll see where that goes. God bless us all. Not good. All right, 877-396-W105. Dems are trying to bring back the defeated small business killing legislation. Looks like they're saying coming up in the next session. Remember they wanted that family leave time?
Yep.
Where it would be guaranteed X amount of days family leave. Looks like they're bringing it up at the next legislative session. Did you guys see the video of the giraffe that fell and smashed into a family's windshield?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this happened in Glen Rose, Texas at a wildlife center.
Oh, yeah.
So giraffes are not really coordinated. And the giraffe fell and landed right on the windshield and cracked the glass. By the way, the park called it an unfortunate incident, unlike anything they had witnessed. The giraffe is 11 years old and has been at that facility since birth. And when you go through that park, you have to sign a waiver, so it doesn't look like anybody is going to, They're not paying for it. By the way, and it cost them $89 to get the car in there. Not cool. New report coming out saying that ice cream and potato chips are as addictive as cocaine and heroin. Tom, do you believe that?
Mm-mm. Well, I'm sorry.
I know those damn buffets are very addictive because you keep going back.
But, it's every once in a while. And I don't visit them buffets anymore.
I don't visit them anymore, but I was there yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
let me tell you about that right quick, okay? So these two cute little girls with the Sunday dresses were on. They came by and had these little custom-made pencils, very nice looking. And they were, selling them. And I looked at it. Oh, I am so sorry. I don't have any extra change. I don't carry cash anymore.
No. I'm so sorry. I don't buy stuff from anybody. I'm accustomed to people buying it for me.
Not. But I wanted to buy because it was very nice, the stuff that they were selling.
Okay, wait. Are you headed towards you talk these little girls out of something free?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I was just
wanted to help
asking
them out.
before you went there.
No.
By the way, Best Buy ditching the DVD and Blu-ray section.
Really?
It's gone. After the holidays, it's gone. Somebody is going to be so mad when they go in there after the DVDs are gone, bro. What happened?
Well, you can give it the little bookstore I went to.
Another bookstore. So they got a DVD section also.
Well, I would. If they sell them, I'd buy them up pretty fast.
The DVDs.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for keeping it real. At the bookstore. We don't know where the bookstore is, but it's there. All right, on the way, Biden's camp boasting they have more cash. New numbers coming out this morning: $77 million on hand. Biden outraising Trump and DeSantis and everybody else in the Republican side of the presidential election combined. Who is giving money to Joe Biden? And why would people give money to Joe Biden? That's crazy. All right, on the way, a man charged with assaulting 2 federal agents. We'll get to that. And Biden meets some resistance in courting Egypt and Saudi Arabia. By the way, they don't want the Palestinians. They don't. All right, before I go, I got to play this.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get to I got to get to things that happened on this date in history. But Saturday Night Live did a skit. If you haven't seen the skit, Tom, did you see the skit?
I saw a little bit of it regarding the Deion Sanders.
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to play maybe 2 minutes. If you want to see the whole thing, you got to go find it on the internet. But here's Saturday Night Live in the skit.
Stories in college football is the Colorado Buffaloes, who have had a remarkable turnaround thanks to their coach, 2-sport legend Deion Sanders. Here to comment is Deion Sanders.
What's up, Colin? What's up, Trey?
What's up, man?
Like that black dad joke. Prime time in the house. You know what I'm saying? We just keep winning, man. Every game, every minute, we winning at life.
Yeah. Well, you're also 4-3, so you have lost a few.
Colin, look at me, man. What about me makes you think that I care about what you think about me? You don't understand that my team has it all, man. Coaching, genius. Offense, explosive. Defense, triumph. It's the complete package, man.
Yeah. Well, millions of people are watching your games. You've obviously turned the program around, but it's not perfect. I mean, just last night, you lost to Stanford in double overtime.
Wasn't that crazy? Man, we were up 29-0 at the half. Yeah. So I went home and fell asleep. I woke up this morning shocked as anyone. But come on, man, nobody's perfect. Name one team that's undefeated.
Okay, well there's Georgia.
Right.
Michigan. Mm-hmm. Ohio State.
That's another one.
Florida State.
Forgot about them.
Oklahoma.
Sure.
Penn State.
Indeed.
Washington.
Good team.
North Carolina.
Tar Heels.
Air Force.
And see, that's exactly my point.
What is your point?
Colin, look at me, man. To me, coaching is a higher calling.
Right, that's right. You started coaching a career, right, at Jackson State, which is an HBCU or historically black college, right?
Very good, Colin. Very good. You know, I truly believe that God called me there, and he said, this is your destiny.
Right, and then 3 years later, you went to Chicago. I mean, to Colorado.
Yes, that's right. Because God called me again and was like, my bad. And then he showed me the promised land of Colorado. I had these visions, Colin, a place where there was white people. Like, every single person was white. Not many people know this, but Colorado is an HWCU, or historically white college.
So, Deion Sanders, that's funny. That is funny. I mean, I'm not a fan of Saturday Night Live, but that was funny. All right, 877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Things that happen on this date in history. Tom in the text. Then things that happen on this date in history. Then we'll take our break. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. 324 West Main at Artesia, full-service janitorial company. They could sell you the supplies that you need, or they can go out and clean offices. They do industrial cleaning and oil-field cleaning. Yeah, they can do the window cleaning, and they can strip the floors and wax the floors. Call Amber this morning if you need something. 575-703-1864. or JankoJanitorial.com. Tom?
Tracy from Eunice, Ukraine, is donating to the Biden's campaign. He texted in. And, you know, Tom doesn't want to give a free plug. That's why he won't name the bookstore.
Oh, sure.
You're right, exactly right about that. And, you know, your show is so addictive, and I love it. says the other texter. And Oscar's tuning in. He said, leave Tom alone. He's the best umpire in I'm sorry, Oscar, that I rung you up last week, but thank you very much anyway. And how much did you weigh on Friday? 267 pounds on the money.
And the best question is from Tracy and Eunice. Ukraine is donating to the Biden campaign.
Right.
And I'm trying, when they say Biden has raised more money than anyone else, which is so ludicrous to even comprehend.
Yeah.
Don't you immediately, Kevin, ask yourself the question, how many of this is funneled back from, $6 billion here? And
more disturbing part of that is 240,000 people that did not give money to the Biden campaign in 2020 donated money. And I'm thinking, why would somebody donate money? Because he's done such a wonderful job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure that out. So, Tom, let me get this right. You're at 267 on Friday.
Yep.
And the goal weight is 218.
218.
So 49 pounds.
Yep. 2 months.
And how many days do we have left?
December 31st.
I can tell you how to do it.
Tell me, Ras.
Okay.
I mean, there's only one way that I can think how to do it.
You've heard of the grapefruit diet?
Never.
Okay. Have you tried the grapefruit and cocaine diet? That might get you to 218 by the time you want to. That's it, brother. That's the only way.
I was going to say methamphetamine,
right.
But you went the total opposite way on it. And so, Tom, look, I love you, brother, but it's...
Well, the second phase of that is fixing to begin.
Yeah, it's called the buffet. So what's the date? December 31st?
Yep.
December 31st.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how many days.
That clock.
You got.
I've done this before. I used to weigh 423 pounds.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that before.
Only if you went and got your jaws wired shut.
I just don't see it happening. I mean, how many pounds have you lost in 3 years?
Proof's in the pudding.
No, your waistline comes from pudding.
You want me to go over there and show you my beltless pants?
No, I don't even want to have any suggestion in my mind, anything about your pants.
But you got 2 months and 14 days.
Yep.
2 months and 14 days. So you need to average
74 days.
Yeah, 74 days.
You got to lose 3/4 of a pound a day, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you've lost 6 pounds in like 3 years. So I don't know how you pull this off.
So the rest of the day you can have water.
Yep.
And a raisin.
And no buffets. There's no cheating. There is no cheating. And one raisin. Yes, one raisin. Yes, one.
And I'm
all
not
right,
cheating.
We got to get to things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by Train at New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week. 96% passing rate in 1 week. They've got 25 years of training and staff development behind them. And they believe the best way to get ahead is through quality training. Yeah, they can train you on how to pass the skills test, the driving test, and the CDL inspection. Give them a call today. People say, how do they pass in 1 week? It's easy. It's easy. They give folks one-on-one training and more time behind the wheel. They know what they're doing before they actually go take that test. 96% passing rate. If you've been thinking about becoming a commercial driver, I don't want to get into your business, but you got a week's vacation coming up. Instead of going on vacation, you invest in yourself by going take the course, pass the course, and start your career as a commercial driver. 575-840-9555, based in Roswell. Mention B on the Breakfast Club. Save $100 off your enrollment fee. 575-840-9555, proud sponsor of Things That Happen on This Date in History. 1701, Yale was founded. Professor yelled, Yale, and they all yelled. Yep. During the French Revolution, Marie Antoinette had more than just a little taken off the top. The year was 1793. And I'm not splitting hairs with saying how much they took off the top, okay? Boston, the hotel in Boston became the very first with indoor plumbing in 1869. Also on this date in history, 1941, penalty flag introduced for the very first time, or as Tom calls it, laundry.
Right.
1968, group of people known as the New Yardbirds played their very first concert in London. They later changed their name to what rock group, Tom?
The Yardbirds.
Or could it be Led Zeppelin? Yeah, it was a little bit catchy.
I was waiting. I just couldn't get in there fast enough where he gave you the answer. But
today is National Sports Day, National Liqueur Day, World Food Day, also National Department Store Day. They are becoming fewer and fewer.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Harper having a birthday. He's 31 years old, plays for the Phillies. Right? Plays for the Phillies?
He does, and they are in the National League Division Series against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
John Mayer is 46 years old. By the way, his body is not a wonderland anymore. Kelly Martin is 48 years old. She was the actress from ER back in the day.
And also, what other show was she on?
I have no idea. I don't even know who she is. I'm going to be honest.
I have
Life
no
goes
idea.
on. Wendy Wilson is 54. Tom?
Never heard of her. Wendy Wilson.
With the group Wilson Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
And her mama was from the Mama and the Papas.
She's dead, though, isn't she?
Well, she might be, Tom, but Wendy Wilson is still with us, and give her a damn due. Pamela Bach, Mrs. David Hasselhoff, is 60. She was married to another superstar before she married
David Hasselhoff.
Mr. Hasselhoff. Mr. Give me a burger while I'm extremely inebriated, and I'll throw up all over the place. Pamela Bach was married to another superstar.
Oh, to Bert Bach.
Bert Bach. Yeah. Or maybe that was Bert Bacharach. I don't know. Or maybe it was Ringo Starr.
Didn't they? Right?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, the bass player, turned 61. Been hanging out with Snoop Dogg. Really has fleas. Robbins is 65 years old.
Really? I didn't know she was that old.
Who?
Robin Roberts.
Tim Robbins. Best known, Tom Poor.
He was in Bull Durham along with Susan Sarandon.
And he's only 41. Or,
No, he's
65. 65.
65.
Yeah.
Okay.
They fell in love on that set
65.
and were married for 20 years.
Bob Weir, the only surviving member of the Grateful Dead, 76 years old. By the way, he's very grateful he's not dead. Very grateful. Very grateful. Today is National Bosses Day. If you are a boss, thank you for bossing folks around. God bless you. Thank you for being the boss. All right, National Anthem and the Pledge coming up next. Tom and the text.
All
You
right.
missed a birthday.
Who was it?
Oh, I missed one?
Yes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, really?
She's actually, tell you how young she is. She's innocent. She turns 31 today.
Wow.
Wow. So now her age caught up with her IQ. But I mean, if she's only 31 now, and she was campaigning and actually got elected, which was what, 4 years ago almost? How long has she been in? she was still in her mid-20s. What did she campaign on that they liked? The way her shoes lit up when she walked, or what?
They liked the way she talked because she had that, she was woke and people just bought into it. And not that she could afford to buy into anything because she was broke as a joke. She was so broke when she got to Washington, she couldn't afford her own deposit for an apartment. She had to borrow the money from the DNC.
Well,
now she's worth millions.
Well,
How
happy
the hell does that
birthday.
happen?
Happy birthday to her and the squad, Nina and Omar, and now Omar being called out for sharing misinformation about the Israeli-Hamas war yesterday.
Classified information.
Well, yes.
Classified information. And it makes it bad. She shared it with her husband and brother, same person.
And she posted pictures on X claiming that they were pictures of children that was killed by Israel. The pictures now being exposed this morning, the pictures that she put down saying in her tweet or X was actually killed by Assad in Syria 10 years ago. And that picture's 10 years old. So now Omar being called for sanction in Congress.
I'm sure they'll make up some excuse.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, we got to take a break. We got to get to our national anthem and the pledge. Some of the stories we'll talk about. A Illinois man accused of stabbing a Palestinian. We'll tell you about that on the way. Looks like Tom's representative, Melanie Stansbury, reportedly will not condemn Hamas. We'll get you updated with that. The Israeli foreign minister expected to clear. He wanted a clear message sent from the Vatican condemning Hamas. The Vatican did not issue that statement. In fact, I had a friend of mine that told me she was at church on Sunday and nothing was mentioned about Israel. By the way, this Pope is garbage. I know I've said that before. And looks like a man will be held into his court date. We'll tell you who he is coming up this morning. And a judge rules on the shooter from the Anate shooting, the protests. We'll tell you what's going to happen with him coming up this morning. 8:06, we're late. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge this morning, being brought to you by Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent, 575-393-2661. She can take care of all your insurance, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. She's got 40 years of experience in the business. Started when she was 19 years of age. She started her own business. Rebecca says give her a call. She'll put together a quote to meet your needs. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and pledge. We're KWMW, Maljamar, 105.1 FM. Here is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was
8:08. 8 minutes after the hour of 8, we are beyond the Breakfast Club. Lord's Prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
And today's verse is from Isaiah. The righteous will be happy, and things will go well for them. They will get to enjoy what they have worked for.
I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that He will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
10 minutes after 8, 10 after 8, we are beyond the Breakfast Club. Lots of stories to get to this morning. We're going to talk about the number one movie at the box office. Netflix planning to launch like a retail establishment and dining experience. And Anthony Bourdain gets the, not getting any help from Egypt and not going to get any help from the Saudis. We'll talk about that coming up during the next break. Weather, sunny up to about 73 today. Should be awesome. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by WWRV. 3 RV parks and 1 located in Carlsbad. Quiet place for you working folks. 162 RV hookups. 30 and 50 amps available. High-speed internet right to your hookup, and all utilities are included for one price. No added-on price, for the high-speed internet. Nope, that's all included and one price. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Give them a call, 988-0392, or just go to the website, www.rv3.com. 811 on the way. What?
Cactus. Good morning from Cactus.
Oh, hey, good morning, Cactus.
And I'm not sure who she's speaking of. She says someone really needs to beat the ever-loving pee out of that woman, drag her through the streets, and let her be treated just how she called for Israelis to be treated. Somebody needs to put a bullet between her eyes and get her out of the House and Senate because she's pure evil. And she's worthless. Oh, my goodness, I have some choice words about that lady. Look, Cactus, Joey Behar ticks me off, too. But...
Well, thank you. I was going in the news. I wasn't going to the text.
I'm sorry. I missed the thing. I'm sorry.
All right. God bless. 8:12. Let's get in the news. Being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Give him a call, 575-208-5300. RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more information. Luke has settled the big cases, over $10 million in the patch, $9 million medical malpractice cases. Look, if you got a car accident, slip and fall, that type of stuff, they settle those cases all the time. Give him a call. He's the heavy hitter in Southeast New Mexico. 575-208-5300. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Boob of the day coming up. We'll let Russ Black handle that. We'll get to that. We'll check the weather again. We'll qualify you for some cash. That coming up this morning. 8:13. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Coming right back.
B2B MVD in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Box Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. More American citizens are being evacuated from Israel, some on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship to Cyprus. 270 greeted by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis last night, arriving in Tampa on a charter flight paid for by the state of Florida.
This woman and her family had been living and working in Israel.
Very thankful, but I feel very guilty for leaving. Because I have a lot of friends that are there, that are fighting, that are still there. You know, my kids' friends. It's life.
There was no charge to evacuees for this flight. The U.S. State Department is informing evacuees for whom they will transport, they will be billed.
Fox's Evan Brown, that billing is per federal law. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tells Fox that he feels good about Ohio Republican Jim Jordan's chance to be elected Speaker on the House floor tomorrow.
He has been an integral part of our team when we took the majority, helping us get the majority.
It's unclear whether Jordan has enough Republican support to overcome the Democrats' expected unanimous opposition. America's listening to Fox News.
Push, 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 pull, 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 drag, 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 drag. That's right. Get your happy dance going and bring those busted rides on down to Carlsbad Chevy, because it's a party. Your job is your credit at Carlsbad Chevy, and nothing helps better than a down payment that we can generate from one of mom's old boyfriend's beaters left out in the backyard. Thousands off new model Silverados and an assortment of brands you love to choose from is why everyone is shopping at Carlsbad Chevrolet. Come see what it's all about right here at the home of the great, great guys, Carlsbad Chevrolet.
The 2023 Carlsbad Mayor's Energy Summit is coming up Thursday, October 19th at the Civic Center in Carlsbad. emceed by NMOGA's Missy Courier and featuring special guest, former Dallas Cowboy Drew Pearson. This year's Energy Summit invites you to take a second look at what Carlsbad and surrounding area have to offer. For more information or to register, visit carlsbadenergysummit.com. Sponsors include Chevron, XTO, Oxy, Devon Energy, Melbourne, Civitas, Genesis Endeavors, AR Foreman Construction, Santo Petroleum, Crestwood, Eris Water, Double E, Summit, Intrepid Potash, and XL Energy. This ad paid for through the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the Canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Get ready for the 21st annual Jalorama, Saturday, October 21st at Jal Lake Park. Brought to you in part by ConocoPhillips and Devon Energy. Jalorama is a full day of fun featuring a car show where you can see Ray Stinger's Nitro Funny Car on display, a chili cook-off, rib challenge. There'll be booths to shop, food booths to grab a bite at, plus enjoy the Jalorama games, and the day ends with a public dance that evening from 7 to 11 p.m. All chili cook-off and rib challenge cooking begins at 8 a.m. with judging and awards that afternoon. Entry fee for car show or cooking challenge is $25 in advance or $30 the day of the show, with proceeds to support local charities. Early registration paid before October 13th gets a free Jalorama t-shirt. For vendor or food booth information, call 575-308-9667. That's 308-9667. Make plans to bring the family to Jal Lake Park Saturday, October 21st for the 21st annual Jalorama.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Lucky Health and Safety has an immediate opening for a safety instructor. Experience required. You must be bilingual in English and Spanish and be fully qualified to teach SafeLand, H2S Clear, First Aid and CPR classes, and manage ISN accounts. Benefits include 100% paid health insurance, paid vacation and sick leave, monthly and quarterly bonuses, and your home every night. Apply in person, 6210 Lovington Highway, or call Alonzo at 575-492-7777.
Platinum Auto Service of Carlsbad is under new ownership. They offer preventative maintenance, diagnostics, and fleets are welcome. Right now, there's short wait time and fast service on brakes, tires, AC service, alignments, lip kits, and more. Stop by and meet the friendly staff today and get back on the road. Call 575-689-6900. Platinum Auto Services, 606 South Canal, Carlsbad.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Ritway for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Ritway, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
You have to hear it, you have to experience it.
It's B and the Breakfast Club. Call or text 877-396-W105.
Because you need security, you need stability for what you have on top, and you're going to build up stories beyond. I mean, this is incredible.
877-396-W105. Nancy Pelosi's daughter, she was on The View talking about the problems with the House of Representatives. Here's what I don't know why she's so important.
But I think she would not have allowed this chaos to continue. Now, why is that? What do you think she would have done with this situation?
With the speakership, yeah.
Oh, jeez, wow.
Okay, it's Feel Good Friday, so I'm going to try and be on my best behavior today.
All right.
Try not to get myself canceled. I think that the reason that the House is a mess is because the country is a mess. I think we're all...
Well, I thank you for admitting it. And why is the country a mess? I think that would go right back to Joe Biden, who, by the way, slipped up over the weekend. Listen to what he had to say. He slipped up.
Oh.
He actually slipped up. He was talking about the banning of the pride parade, the pride flag. Listen to what he said. And wait, that goes against everything he said in the last couple years. Here we go.
Ban pride flags from flying on public lands. Who the hell? Oh. Not very presidential.
So he's like, ban them.
Ban pride flags from flying on public lands. Who the hell? Oh.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Tell us the way you really feel. I mean, can we get back to the old Joe Biden from the 1960s where you said derogatory things about people of color?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if we could get that would, yeah. Go ahead, Joe. Tell us how you really feel. Nonprofit set up 12,952 cereal boxes in Detroit, toppling them over like dominoes, and now they're in the Guinness World Book of Records. Kind of really cool sight until the typical Detroit fashion. Somebody stole all the damn boxes. I mean, it didn't last long, but while it lasted, it was pretty cool. All right, 877-396-W105, around 75 miles north of Los Angeles lies Frazier Park, which is where Andy Khalil owned Midway Market and Liquor Store since 1994. That's where the winning ticket was sold. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and do you have any idea how much the winning ticket, the store sold the
ticket,
ticket,
they get like
is
20% be or something like that?
I don't remember how much. By the way, he says he plans to set up a college fund for his kids.
All right.
And with the money that he gets from selling the winning ticket, anybody know how much that is? I know they get money for sure.
Yeah.
And LeVar Burton will host next month's National Book Awards ceremony. He replaced Drew Barrymore, of course, who dropped out because of her decision to resume taping during the writer's strike. And Mattress Matt got himself another big bet again, betting $6.9 million on the Astros to win the World Series.
Wow, they're already game behind, dude. They lost to Texas.
Yeah, I mean, if they do win, he wins $43 million.
Wow.
He won $75 million on the Astros winning the World Series last year. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm going to be honest. I did not get my bets in because of the internet problem at the resort we were in. But it's probably a good thing because I lose every week anyway. Right. So it's not a big deal. Biden raises more than, we talked about him raising $71 million in campaign contributions. We talked about Suzanne Summers dying. She was 76 years old. We forgot the movie that she was in, American Graffiti.
That was the one, too. That's right.
Yeah, the blonde on the Thunderbird, 1973, iconic movie.
With Richard Dreyfuss is in that one.
Yes. And the number one movie at the box office this past weekend. We cannot get away from Taylor Swift.
Why is she number one?
Taylor Swift's Eras raked in $96 million in its debut weekend at the box office. It became the second highest grossing domestic concert film ever.
I guess the movie was about her.
It was about her concerts, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Elvis was big.
Right.
But at no time could he market his sweat. Taylor Swift, on her clothing line and everything.
Really?
You can buy a little necklace with this little tiny bottle on it that has Taylor Swift's sweat in it.
My God.
Wow.
If you can sell your sweat.
There is only one better marketer that I've ever seen than Taylor Swift.
That was?
Deion Sanders.
He's good.
Great marketer.
Maybe I need to sell my sweat.
Great marketer. Really great marketer. Awesome marketer. Yeah.
Did you hear that? You didn't even hear that, did you, Kevin?
What he said?
Tom said, maybe I can sell my sweat.
When would you sweat, bro? It's not like you work out. And let me tell you why I say that about Deion Sanders.
What?
He's got people believing, because I've been on Facebook arguing with people, that he's got the number one recruiting class next year.
I didn't believe he does.
You believe he does? I bet you do. There are people like you that believe that.
Mm-hmm. Who else would you want to go play for?
Ranked number 68 in recruiting.
What were they ranked before? Like 200?
No. That's not the debate, Tom. The debate is that there are dumb people that believe he has the number one recruiting class. And you just proved it. Thanks for making my point.
He will be. He's got. I need 7 or 8 more dogs to play for me next year, and I'll win national championship.
Yep. See, and my problem, all this hype takes away from legitimate programs.
Who aren't winning?
That's the problem.
Who aren't packing stadiums? Who aren't being on TV and being watched by millions?
That's the problem. Legitimate programs. Netflix plans to launch a Netflix house, retail stores, and dining experience. So you'll be able to go there and buy Netflix gear and have a bite to eat all at the same time. Anthony Bilkin meets with little resistance when it comes to courting Egypt and Saudi to maybe take in some of these Palestinians. Tom, what do you think their answer was?
I hate to guess.
No, the answer was, no, not really. We're not really interested. See, not even the civilized Muslims want the Palestinians. No, thank you. God bless you. No, I think we'll pass this time. Nah. The guy that was at the protest, Ryan Martinez, the Anate statue, is going to remain behind bars until his trial. Tennessee man caught with 160 stolen guns at the Applebee's restaurant. Man accused of having drugs and stolen guns in his car. Police saw the black Kia pull into a parking lot at Applebee's with a temporary Tennessee license tag. Claudius Bailey was charged with possession of firearms during the commission and attempting to commit a dangerous felony, theft of property, and also had methamphetamine on him at the same time.
Hey.
Yeah, so, yeah, pulled into the Applebee's. Yeah, guns at Applebee's. That might sound scary, but, I mean, it could be worse. That's for sure. But he has been arrested. And a man in Illinois, this is just a sad story. Man in Illinois stabbed a 6-year-old boy and injured his mother, targeting them in a attack they believe was a hate crime motivated by Israel and Hamas war. Will County Sheriff's Office said the incident happened. It involved the landlord and the tenants, which occurred on October 14th. That would be Friday. Chicago suburb of Plainfield, Illinois. Suspect was identified as 71-year-old Joseph Kuzba. Kuzba allegedly stabbed the boy 26 times with a 12-inch knife, a military-style knife. Boy's mother, 32-year-old, was stabbed more than a dozen times. And by the way, the mother and the boy, they were Palestinian. And Stansbury, Melody Stansbury, representative from New Mexico, reportedly is the only member of the New Mexico U.S. House delegation that has not signed the bipartisan resolution condemning Hamas. She has not jumped on board. An Israeli foreign minister expects a clear condemning message condemning Hamas from the Vatican. So far, they have not got that message. Pretty sad. Really, really sad. And a 76-year-old man confessed to stealing Dorothy's Ruby says slippers.
Really?
Dorothy he was at the museum back in 2005.
Judy Garland
stole the slippers.
Yeah.
Terry John Martin pleaded guilty to 1 count of theft, and the guy is lucky to avoid prison because there's no place like the Slammer. It's really not.
Right. Now, did you know that Renee Swellzinger, who was married to Kenny Chesney,
Swellzinger? Yes, she was a swell zinger.
Right. She won the Academy Award for portraying Judy Garland, by the way.
Thank you for that, Mrs. Swellzinger.
Yeah, it got was
Renee.
And by
Dorothy,
the way, if you want to steal something, Tom, it would be the Tin Man. He's got no heart. Now, which one of them did not have a brain besides you?
The Tin Man.
No, I mean, I was asking a question. Which one did not have a brain?
The Tin one didn't have a brain, and the Lion guy didn't have a heart.
The Tin Man did not have a heart.
Right.
And which one besides you didn't have a brain?
Well, he got a brain, and he could do all kinds of math stuff.
Oh, really?
Like I do.
Yes. He was at the top of the game. All right, 877-396-W105. I got the greatest story about Joe Biden. CEO of a bankrupt electric vehicle company is still on the White House Advisory Council. So this guy ran the company into the ground and is still on the White House Advisory Council. That is set up for thriving business owners and CEOs. Thank you, Joe. You picked a guy that owns an electric car company that went bankrupt.
Idiot.
Maybe next time go with Elon Musk. I'm just saying. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive line of FR jeans and coveralls and gloves and shirts. This past weekend, they had the big winter sale going on. You missed out on that if you didn't partake. If you're looking for clothing that to get you taken care of when it comes to things getting a little bit colder, they have a huge selection. And don't forget, they also have furniture, appliances, electronics right there in the home store. Talk to them about zero down financing. And next door, the largest selection of medical scrubs. Talking about Rig Outfitter, talking about Scrub Outfitters right next to Rig Outfitters. They've got the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Healing Hands, Medcouture's, Peaches. They've got the comfy shoes and the very cute compression socks. Scrub Outfitters right next to Rig Outfitters and the Broadmoor Mall. Russ, we're going to get to the boob of the day coming up next. Tom on the text. Go ahead,
All right,
Tom.
Orlando is chiming in. He says, all those legitimate programs were nobodies at one time, too, he says. And the rarest liquefying earth issues is Tom A. Sweat, says the texter. Thank you, man. I can tell it. And actually,
I know people want it.
Actually, I can't stand Taylor Swift. There, I said it. What I said, laugh out loud, Ricky and Hobbs this morning. And Gene Simmons sells those air guitar strings, they say this morning. By the way, B, that store, how much money does it got since they sold the lottery ticket? This one texter says they get $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And another texter says, I think they just get 5%, says the text. Don't know you, but they get a lot of money. And this one texter said, Phillies are the National League Championship Series. I did, but you weren't hearing. They're taking on Arizona in that series. So, Tom, you really don't know sports, says the texter, and you don't really hear very well. B?
But he is a Buffalo fan and a Deion Sanders fan, okay?
I'll stand by it till I die.
Or until the next big hype team comes around. Either way. Whatever comes first.
I got to get some Buff stuff. I haven't gotten any yet.
Because you're not a Buffalo fan.
To show my loyalty to my Colorado Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. By the way, speaking of Taylor Swift, Reba McEntire says she's very upset with Taylor Swift.
Get out. What Reba said?
Well, because she had a big crush on Travis Kelce.
Oh, did she really? Okay.
Yeah, Reba had a huge crush on Kelce.
Reba, he's 33, old chick.
Why you got to hate, Tom? Why do you have to hate?
Because she's hating. She's dating a guy who loves to eat tater tots. That's what they do. They go out on a date and eat tater tots.
Well, God bless that he figured it out that you don't have to do all kind of crazy things.
Smart.
Just go out and eat tater tots. Yeah. All right, 8:37. We're going to take a break, but first we got to get to the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. Not feeling good? Maybe just not feeling really good. You ought to go get the deep dive into your blood done so they can figure out what's going on with you. It could be that maybe it's just a deficiency in certain vitamins. Or maybe there's something more. Maybe it's your thyroid issue, or maybe you're having hormonal issues. They do hormonal optimization, and guys, they do testosterone replacement therapy. Now, if you're living in pain, they do such things as stem cell, ozone therapy. Also, they have the cryotherapy chamber. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America. Follow them on Facebook and online at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
You know, sometimes you maybe should think about things before you do them. On the list of things you want to get, number one from people is their sex dolls, right? It'd be something you would steal from somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
A 41-year-old funeral home worker in Nebraska is facing charges after trying to steal a sex doll from someone's home. His name is Ryan Smith. Cops say he spotted the doll while picking up the remains of someone who passed away in the home. So he's trying to steal the sex doll from a dead guy.
Uh-oh.
He called the property manager and claimed the local sheriff asked him to collect the doll as evidence, but they apparently thought it seemed suspicious and said no. The property manager wanted it for himself. He ended up going in the apartment later and heard noises coming from inside, tried the door, but it was locked. They say Ryan left the apartment shortly after. And anyway, they found him. Police later found him with the sex doll. Charges are pending. DNA test on the doll.
Yeah.
That's your boob of the day. I threw up my mouth a little bit. There you go, Kevin. Follow that.
I don't know. The sex doll is feeling a little deflated today.
Right.
It's not good. Not good. All right, I'm just seeing this on Facebook. Last week, there was an issue at Ruidoso Middle School. Ruidoso Police Department investigating. And, Tom, you hear anything about this? They investigated a threat that they determined was not credible. So we're seeing this more and more at our schools, where there are threats that are being called in, are social media. Posted up on social media, which is wreaking havoc. All right, 877-396-W105. We got a lot of things to get to this morning, I promise. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. Tradio on the way. We're going to qualify you for the cash. That's still to come. Our number, 877-396-W105. I never asked you, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Do you think our federal government ought to get, the Biden administration ought to get involved in who gets loans and who doesn't get loans based on legal status? What ties do we have to certain communities, foreign people that don't have legal status?
I hope none.
I swear to God, when I tell foreigners from Germany or France or Australia, or England, these type of stories about Biden getting involved, and they go, "Are you kidding us?" Number one thing I hear from foreign people is America is weak now. And I can't even, back in the day, those were fighting words. But I just can't even defend it. I can't defend what has happened to this country. And then when people tell me, well, who do you like? I'm a Trump guy. Yeah, but he's been arrested. Isn't he in jail already? True story. No, that's fake news, bub. That's fake news. Donald Trump ain't in jail. He ain't going to jail.
That's right.
By the way, his trial begins tomorrow again in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
I check that out.
So
They want him. They ain't going to get him.
Nah, I don't think they'll get him. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. Our number, 877-396-W105. Can we sustain supporting Israel and Ukraine at the same time? Can we? Or is it time for us to tell Ukraine we've done our part? Enough. I'll get to that story. I'll tell you what Joe Biden had to say coming up next. Let's take a break. Keep you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by your mountain getaway, Camp of the Tall Pines. Wonderful. I tell you what, Mayhill, New Mexico, campoftheTallPines.com. You can follow them on Facebook. Give them a call, 575-687-4101. Find them on the web. Book your reservations. Wouldn't it be nice to go up there for Thanksgiving, the entire family, spend it up there in Mayhill? They have all the accommodations to handle that. Cozy cabins. They've got the RV hookups, glamping tents, all the amenities to host a very large gathering. They've had church gatherings up there and other groups. Give them a call, 575-687-4101, or go to the website, camptallpines.com for more information. Let's qualify, folks. It's 8:48, B and the Breakfast Club. Coming right back. News next.
Presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money! And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. Details leading up to a fight that resulted in the shooting death of a 35-year-old man remains unclear, but a 17-year-old facing a charge of first-degree murder in that shooting death. It took place last Saturday at a hotel in the 200 block of North Marlin. Police arrived to find 35-year-old Maharshi Bhatka suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital, where he later died. Officers got a copy of surveillance video from the hotel. It showed an altercation between the victim and several male suspects who were seen entering and leaving an adjacent room. The male suspects all entered a vehicle parked outside the room, then got back out and began fighting with Bhatka. Muzzle flashes from a firearm can be seen in the video, and the suspects fled the scene. A day after a permit for nuclear disposal in southeast New Mexico was issued, workers at the waste isolation pilot plant were ready to begin mining new space for the waste. The New Mexico Environment Department on October 4th issued a 10-year renewal of the operations permit for the waste isolation pilot plant. After months of public input and mediation between the state of New Mexico and federal government, the agency signed a settlement agreement June 23rd and issued a draft of the permit this past August 15th. Mike Clampett, described by those who knew him as untiring, unflinching, influential, dedicated to area youth and more, longtime director of the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs, died on Tuesday of last week at Lubbock Heart Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. He was 71. Funeral services will be Friday at 10 a.m. at Christian Center Church in Hobbs. Clampett started as chief professional officer of the Boys and Girls Club in Hobbs in April of 2000. Though he talked about retirement, he was still committed to working with the area's youth. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Dear Truckin' Awesome. What do you think of when someone says tough? Honestly, I think of a Toyota truck. Tundra's one mean mother of a truck with a twin-turbo V6 and incredible going power, and the Tacoma claws through terrain with a taller suspension and lots of creature comforts in the cockpit. Both Toyota trucks are decked out with tons of cool features and tech you'll dig. Check them out at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
The City of Hobbs has great long-term career opportunities that promote a work-life balance while offering awesome benefits. Paid time off starts on day one. Full-time new hires earn 12 hours per month. That's 18 days per year. With paid time off accrual and 12 paid holidays, plus a floating holiday, there's plenty of time for the family work-life balance. Apply today online at hobbsnm.org. drugfree.org. The City of Hobbs is an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free and smoke-free workplace.
When you have to file a home insurance claim, the last thing you want to worry about is your premium going up. That's why Farmers has claim forgiveness. If you've been claim-free with Farmers for 5 years, your premium won't go up just because of a claim. It's one of the many Farmers policy perks. Call Herschel Rustin Hayes at 575-396-0513 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Get ready for the 21st annual Jalorama, Saturday, October 21st at Jal Lake Park. Brought to you in part by ConocoPhillips and Devon Energy. Jalorama is a full day of fun featuring a car show where you can see Ray Stinger's Nitro Funny Car on display, a chili cook-off, rib challenge. There'll be booths to shop, food booths to grab a bite at, plus enjoy the Jalorama games, and the day ends with a public dance that evening from 7 to 11 p.m. All chili cook-off and rib challenge cooking begins at 8 a.m. with judging and awards that afternoon. Entry fee for car show or cooking challenge is $25 in advance or $30 the day of the show, with proceeds to support local charities. Early registration paid before October 13th gets a free Jalorama t-shirt. For vendor or food booth information, call 575-308-9667. That's 308-9667. Make plans to bring the family to Jal Lake Park, Saturday, October 21st for the 21st annual Jalorama.
Lucky Health and Safety has an immediate opening for a safety instructor. Experience required. You must be bilingual in English and Spanish and be fully qualified to teach SafeLand, H2S Clear, First Aid and CPR classes, and manage ISN accounts. Benefits include 100% paid health insurance, paid vacation and sick leave, monthly and quarterly bonuses, and you're home every night. Apply in person, 6210 Lovington Highway, or call Alonzo at 575-492-7777.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. The American dream of owning my own business was a constant thought growing up. I opened my insurance office at age 19, and 40 years later, I'm still here providing insurance policies for auto, home, life, commercial, boats, RVs, and ATVs. I'm Rebecca Long, and I want to be your agent. Call me today at 575-393-2661 or drop by 226 West Vega in Hobbs.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio.
Every morning.
Good morning.
The best, baby.
And good morning to you, 8:52. Tom A. back in the studio. How you doing, Tom? No. He ruined the bit. He really did. All right, good news of the day. Coming up in a second. Got a lot of things to get to. Our number, 877-396-W105. Rush, you have a way of doing things. Yeah. I was in the middle of eating a Hershey's. The almond.
The almond is in your mouth when I come back from break, right? Timed it just right?
That was a killer. See, I'm in there. That's my late night snack, and you guys are eating breakfast. All right, 877-3, the things we do.
As a matter of fact, I was having yogurt.
Yogurt. Hey, B.
What?
So you talked about that incident, gun threat in Rio Doso last week. I just texted George Becker, superintendent of schools there, and he did confirm all good is now, though. So everything's good.
So everything is awesome. Biden says U.S. can sustain both war in Israel and Ukraine with us funding the wars. The only problem is we're going to have to go up on your taxes. You know, if we discuss stuff like that and broke it down like that, what percentage of the American taxpayers, I'm talking about people that actually pay taxes, would be down with these wars? You think the number would be quite high?
I do.
I will say this much. Support for Ukraine is on the way down.
Yes.
The number of Americans that support Ukraine, because we do not see it on TV. Anybody else suspicious? I've been saying this for months.
You're right.
We don't see any of this on TV anymore.
Gone, dude.
I mean, we do see it with the war, in Israel. We see it. New York City public school teacher shares an image of a decapitated baby and Hamas power glider and called the attack a successful military campaign. Public school teacher in New York City expressed support for Hamas in the classroom. Gotham Tech High School teacher went on to say, I stand with Palestine. Thank you. He also, of course, backed Black Lives Matters. They go hand in hand. They definitely go hand in hand. And the majority of American adults believe the U.S. is moving in the wrong direction. Brand new poll coming out. Associated Press polling numbers show that America is heading in the wrong direction. 78% of adults disagree with the direction of the country. 78%. You want me to believe that Joe Biden is going to beat Donald Trump? Come on now. No way. No way. And a twice deported Honduran immigrant has been charged in Tennessee with 2 murders. Honduran migrant in the country illegally, had been deported twice, arrested by the Nashville Metro Police Department, second time in 1 week in connection with 2 separate murders in Nashville. Police announced they arrested on Tuesday Kevin Castro Garcia, who was a suspect in the murder of Elmer Martinez, 37 years old. And then Friday, they rearrested him for the murder of Brandon Rivera Noriega. Did I mention this guy had been already deported twice? Did I fail to mention that? John Cusack.
Yes.
What is John Cusack best known for?
He
What
is
movie?
best known for the movie Con Air, opposite Nick Cage in that movie. And
You're right.
And a bunch of other teen movies in his early career. B, what about him?
So John Cusack is whitewashing the Hamas terrorist attack as self-defense.
What?
Self-defense. Yeah, and he actually protested over the weekend in Chicago. Left-wing actor John Cusack saying that the what happened, Palestine is just self-defense.
I ain't watching his movies no more.
So how would you even sell the self-defense? They went into Israel. I don't even know how you would pitch that. That doesn't even make sense.
Man,
Thank you.
that's crazy.
All right, on the way, we got a story about an Albuquerque man been charged of murder and now saying that he didn't do it, but they were trying to blackmail him. We'll get to that story on the way. Weather the next couple of days looking pretty awesome. Weather being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Keystone, Cougar, they've got the big name brands, fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights, and more. Largest inventory in southeast New Mexico. 2 lots in Roswell. 575-622-1751. Go to MaineTrailerSalesInc.com. Check them out. Don't go camping without maid trailer sales, close to 70 years experience in the business. High temperature today, it's going to be awesome. 73 and sunny, 48 tonight. Warming back up in the 80s tomorrow and close to 85 on Wednesday. It's going to be a bit warm. Good news of the day on the way this morning. Tom, wrap up the text.
All right, this texter is chiming in. Biden cartel forcing banks to float loans to aliens will create banks going bankrupt, just like the Obama cartel did a few years ago, says this texter. And Tommy in Carlsbad is chiming in. The evil, corrupt Democrats get what they want, says the texter. Here's something of concern, B. The Hobbs VFW has a deadline on October the 31st before closing its doors. If anybody can go to their Facebook page and make a donation, it would be greatly appreciated. I've attended two events in that facility. It's a very nice facility. Good people running it, too. So help them out. Hey, Tom, you could probably steal her pretty easy with a bucket of chicken, says the texter. Okay. You know, and Papa Top is chiming in. He says, ever since Tom said Colorado was going to win the national champion, guess what?
The hell?
They lost 3 games already, says the texter. Well, they're going to get in to play a bowl game, that is for sure. And Tom, says the texter.
Nothing is for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing is for sure. What happens if they lose all the games?
I ain't gonna
the
lose.
rest of the games.
They're going to beat Oregon State. That's pretty easy. They're going to beat Washington State. That's pretty easy. And they'll probably beat Washington, too.
They'll beat Washington, who just beat Oregon, and Oregon thumped them. Yes. Now I know you're smoking crack.
Well, it tells you how close they are to being equal programs. Because you don't know football like I do.
You have the number 1 recruiting class, right, Tom?
Well, he's his first year, B. He'll have it next year.
Number 1 recruiting class.
And your boys ain't doing nothing lately, by the way.
Wow. They beat Auburn 48-18. Wow.
Who can beat Auburn? One more about Deion. If Deion leaves,
they beat Auburn over the weekend, you dumb butt.
If Deion,
speak of something you know about.
I know they did. If Deion leaves Colorado, will Tom A still be a fan? I am. I'm a totally in there fan.
Just like he was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Yeah, they
you know why? You know why the Dallas Cowboy wagon went off the tracks?
Why is that?
Tom jumped off. That's the reason. That's the real reason.
Oh, one more text. One more text.
Right,
tell Kevin that the scarecrow did not have a brain. Says
there you go. That's Tom's brother, the Scarecrow.
There you go. Me.
All right, we got a lot of things to get to. Tradio coming up at 9:30. We are being the Breakfast Club. We will qualify you coming up next. One more time before we hit the road, we'll qualify you. Be listening throughout the day to continue to qualify for the cash. More winning from W105, KWMW, Maljamora, 105.1 FM. Getting updated with news this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials, they have affordable, high-quality, ready-mix concrete. No matter what the project is, they have the product for you, and they give awesome customer service, and they give you the guarantee always to give you the lowest possible price. ChanceMaterials.com for more information. 575-363-3240, serving all of the Pecos Valley. Plants in Carlsbad and Roswell. That means they serve everywhere. Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County. Find out more information, ChanceMaterials.com. We're coming right back. Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
B2B MVD in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
More American citizens are being evacuated from Israel, some on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship to Cyprus. 270 greeted by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis last night, arriving in Tampa on a charter flight paid for by the state of Florida.
This woman and her family had been living and working in Israel.
Very thankful, but I feel very guilty for leaving. Because I have a lot of friends that are there, that are fighting, that are still there. You know, my kids' friends. It's life.
There was no charge to evacuees for this flight. The U.S. State Department is informing evacuees for whom they will transport, they will be billed.
Fox's Evan Brown, that billing is per federal law. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tells Fox that he feels good about Ohio Republican Jim Jordan's chance to be elected Speaker on the House floor tomorrow.
He has been an integral part of our team when we took the majority, helping us get the majority.
It's unclear whether Jordan has enough Republican support to overcome the Democrats' expected unanimous opposition. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Ritchway for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Ritchway, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Lucky Health and Safety has an immediate opening for a safety instructor. Experience required. You must be bilingual in English and Spanish and be fully qualified to teach SafeLand, H2S Clear, First Aid and CPR classes, and manage ISN accounts. Benefits include 100% paid health insurance, paid vacation and sick leave, monthly and quarterly bonuses, and you're home every night. Apply in person, 6210 Lovington Highway, or call Alonzo at 575-492-7777.
OMG, is that actually an egg frying on my hood?
No, I think it may be all those bugs stuck to your grill starting to cook. Ugh, hard to say. I can't see through the layers of desert dirt all over my windshield.
Wait, what is this? Am I pulling into a car wash? Oh, yeah!
We're gonna get so wet! Hey, we clean up nice.
Visit your local area Mighty Wash in West Texas, Hobbs, Carlsbad, and now open in Lovington, New Mexico. Be sure to ask about the Mighty Wash Unlimited plan, good at any Mighty Wash. Visit mymightywash.com for pricing and locations.
It's time to renew New Mexico. If you have Medicaid or SNAP, you must renew to keep your benefits. If you have moved, update your contact information at yes.state.nm.us. or call 1-800-283-4465. You will be mailed a turquoise envelope when it is time to renew. Your Medicaid and SNAP benefits are very important. To learn more, go to renew.hsd.nm.gov and renew New Mexico.
Get ready for the 21st annual Jalorama, Saturday, October 21st at Jal Lake Park. Brought to you in part by ConocoPhillips and Devon Energy. Jalorama is a full day of fun featuring a car show where you can see Ray Singer's Nitro Funny Car on display, a chili cook-off, rib challenge. There'll be booths to shop, food booths to grab a bite at, plus enjoy the Jalorama games, and the day ends with a public dance that evening from 7 to 11 p.m. All chili cook-off and rib challenge cooking begins at 8 a.m. with judging and awards that afternoon. Entry fee for car show or cooking challenge is $25 in advance or $30 the day of the show, with proceeds to support local charities. Early registration paid before October 13th gets a free Jalorama t-shirt. For vendor or food booth information, call 575-308-9667. That's 308-9667. Make plans to bring the family to Jal Lake Park Saturday, October 21st for the 21st annual Jalorama. Beautiful day.
Be in the Breakfast Club. On air, online, on your phone. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
877-396-W105. Still to come. Buy, sell, trade. Tradio coming up this morning with Russ Black. We'll get to that in just a little bit. We talked about Taylor Swift's movie, Eras Tour. #1 movie and raking in buttloads of money. What did I say? 96 million? Is that right?
Something like that for an opening?
Yeah. Crazy money. The Swifties came out and just flocked to the movie theater. Cardi B barely dodged a nip slip as the sultry self posted. She put a picture up with her in bed. And, supposedly came close to going over the line. Facebook would have put her in Facebook jail for that, for sure. Thank God they didn't. Thank you, Cardi B. Whatever. 877-396-W105. LeVar Burton will host the National Book Awards. Wow. Tom, next time you write a book, you could actually go to the show. And I didn't even know there was a book awards.
Yeah.
And in St. Louis, a volunteer youth football coach was shot in the back last week in front of his 9 and 10-year-old players by a father who was ticked off that his kid was not getting playing time.
He wasn't that good.
Look, I get it. 9 and 10-year-old kids, all kids get to play a little bit.
They have to be.
But, the older they get, they're not going to get equal playing time.
No.
Playing time is going to be decided on by how good you are.
Talent.
And I get that hurts. But don't lose your head and shoot somebody over this silliness. By God. Barbie Botox goes viral. Women starting to get neck slimming plastic surgery. It is a brand new trend in America.
Stupid.
This coming from the guy that has 3 chins. Come on now.
I'm getting rid of them the old-fashioned way.
You are?
Yeah.
Mr. Chen called and said he just gave you another one.
218 on December the 31st, ladies and gentlemen.
Anybody buy? I'm going to bet against you. I will take money if anybody wants to bet on Tom. I'm going to bet against him.
I ain't betting
He will
nothing.
not be at 218 by December 31st.
267.
I will take any bets. Anybody that wants to bet me that Tom is going to be at 218, I'm betting against him.
Yep.
Show your support for Tom by betting with him, please.
50 pounds. That's it. 50 pounds left.
49 pounds left.
Yep.
Of course, you went to the buffet over the weekend, so that number might be skewed just a little bit.
Didn't eat that. Didn't eat anything.
No. I mean, that's why I go to the buffet, not to eat a whole bunch. Yeah. State police made 91 arrests in Albuquerque. which is super, super cool that they made 91 arrests. Of course, the governor sent them to Albuquerque. And if I was the Albuquerque police chief, I'd be going, wait, Gov. This is our job. We can do our job. But evidently, they can't do their job. So they send in state police.
And we got a little bit of sad news from the text line.
What happened?
Donnie Huerta. Huerta is the proper pronunciation.
Yeah.
Driver of the Mexican jumping bean, world champion. Yes, Donnie passed away.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Didn't he have like the Volkswagen?
He had the Mexican jumping bean, which was the world record holder for the longest two-wheel drag stand. He's been on the wild world of sports.
Right.
He's in the Motor Racing Hall of Fame.
Now, where's he from, Russ? You know?
He's from Hobbs.
Oh, he's from Hobbs. Okay.
He's from Hobbs. And close friend of mine. Matter of fact, when I won my championship here, the picture of me in the winner's circle with my Wally, I got my arms wrapped around Donnie because he's the one that helped get me there.
Now, look, I know guys name stuff from time to time, but is that really the name you came up with, your Wally?
That's what the trophy is called. It's after
that's the trophy. Okay.
That's a trophy, the Wally. No, it was a different picture where I'm holding my Wally, but this one I'm holding a trophy.
All
but,
right.
And how do you know that's what I called it, too? I call it Stanley, like the power drill.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I
mean, if you'd have said the reciprocal saw, then that would have made more sense. Arnold Schwarzenegger blasted Democrats. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Republican. You know, he went off the tracks when it came to COVID vaccines, where he said, I don't care about your feelings and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's got a brand new book, so he's making the circuit.
Yeah.
And he said, he blasted Democrats, said they want to F up every city in America. He was on with Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe has his own Sirius XM show. Lake Mead officials warned of a rare brain-eating amoeba found in the hot springs. So Lake Mead, Nevada, warning visitors do not swim in Lake Mead. When I hear the term brain-eating,
ooh.
Tom, when you were in Vegas, did you swim in that lake?
God, no, there was no water in there to swim in.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. I was just checking to see if that was the case. And a armed dad finds a naked man. Guys, am I still on?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I heard a ying. Armed dad finds a naked man throwing toys around in his daughter's room. North Dakota homeowner. You know how the people that own guns, highest per capita anywhere in the United States, I think, is North Dakota. North Dakota homeowner awakened, loud bangs, went to find out what the heck was going on. Noise was coming from his daughter's room. There was a drunk man inside his daughter's room at 3 a.m. in the morning throwing toys around. Did I say the dad was armed?
I started to say the bodies were.
No, you do.
No. He held the guy until the police got there. Kind of makes you, what the hell was this guy doing throwing the toys around? What's that about? Social Security getting a raise, 3.2%. The COLA in 2024. Tom, have you applied for your Social Security
yet?
yet?
I did call Social Security. They told me some things, and they said about that raise. And I said, how much more is it going to be? He said, about $6 a month.
$6?
That's it.
$6?
$6.
Mine is almost $75 extra a month.
Yeah. I still got a
So we get a raise?
$6 for me.
So have you applied for your Social Security?
I have.
And so when do you start?
Late December, I believe.
Yeah, because those that don't know, there's a several months waiting period.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you come across the southern border, we're going to give you everything. But, Tom's been working his whole life. You're going to have to stand in line.
What I found out about these, a lot of people think it's 62 and a half that you get your Social Security. That's actually when you get it, you qualify for it at 62.
Right.
But I've already been told that it will be June or July before I see my first check. So that'll make me 62 and a half.
It's actually 62 and a half. And then once you apply, there's like 2 months of dead time.
Yep.
So if you don't plan for that and you leave your job and then all of a sudden you're going, well, how can I make it for 2 months? Yeah, that's not cool.
So I got my official interview on the 25th of this month.
Interview? I don't understand any of this because I did everything online, didn't talk to a soul.
I got to talk to somebody.
Well, you can do it that way, but if you don't want to do the online route.
Oh, wait, Russ, you said it wrong. If you can't figure out
exactly
how to log on the damn computer and fill the application out. Okay.
Right. I was trying to be gentle.
Well, I wanted to speak to someone to know me exactly what was going to be going on.
Here's what was funny is the Social Security, because I also get money for my son because he's still a minor child in the home. So even though they would do it on my son, for me, on my number, me being there, I have an appointment because I have to produce my minor child. I have to bring you in and prove it. I still have him.
All right, Russ, do we have to take one more break before
We're good. We're clean. You can go as long as you would like, or we can take one. I work it either way.
All right,
you need to do.
We're going to get to good news of the day coming up this morning. Looks like that Texas State Fair shooter has been identified and faces aggravated assault charges after injuring 3 people with gunfire. Dallas, Texas police identified the man who opened fire at the Texas State Fair last Saturday, injuring 3 and forcing an evacuation of the fairgrounds. All 3 victims, 2 men and a woman, are expected to recover. Dallas Police Department say they made the arrest. Cameron Turner, 22 years old, was apprehended, and police say they have recovered the gun. He's in big, big trouble. Texas executes a man who killed an elderly woman. As he's being put to death, he recites the Bible. Well, it's never too late to ask for forgiveness. Never, ever, ever too late. Arizona man pled guilty to attempted murder of a federal officer, sentenced to 30 years in prison. Arizona man pled guilty in March to charges connected with the shooting of a New Mexico state police officer in September of 2020. This guy's going to spend 30 years behind bars. Pled guilty and now goes away for 30 years. Robert Benjamin Nielsen. This case dates back all the way to 2020, and he is going away for a long, long time. Squad member slammed for pushing misinformation. This story that Russ was talking about with Ian Omar, the Democrat from Minnesota, drew criticism retweeting photos of dead children with the caption, "Child Genocide in Palestine." By the way, the photo is from 2019, the gas attack in Syria. Congratulations. I mean, you just keep up the great work. By the way, your husband said hi. 922. Now, that joke never gets old.
Well,
it's never going to get old.
What makes that story even better is OAC just 2 weeks ago tweeted a thing about the disinformation going on, and from the Trumpers, and when you hear things on X, to be sure that you take it with a grain of salt and scrutinize it through several sources, and then boom, here's their squad member puts obvious propaganda and lie on X.
Tom, no new information out about that Walmart shooting. I was just wondering before we get off.
No, nothing new yet, B.
Nothing. No. All right. By the way, half-season Heisman. Kid from Washington looks like he's going to be the winner of the Heisman.
What?
Caleb Williams was exposed over the weekend.
Oh,
300.
was he ever?
Yeah.
So
Michael
before,
Penix.
he was exposed when they played for Colorado Buffalo.
Right. Yes, Tom. They lost that game by how many points?
7.
Michael Penix Jr., Washington, is pretty much keeping pace with Joe Burrow's 2019 season and is a model-era quarterback and probably will go on to win the Heisman. Number 2 is this kid has moved up. No, Tom. No. Just stay to pace. I know you're so far up the Sanders family that they can't fart. I get it. But Sanders is not number 2.
Who's this kid you're talking about?
Jaden Daniels from LSU, number 2.
I figured you were going to say that, Mr.
By the way,
up here, B-U-T-T.
You can follow along on ESPN if you'd like.
Whatever. Daniel sucks.
You can follow along. So how many yards passing does Penix have? They project him to finish at 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. And Jaden Daniels, by the way, they project him to be at 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. By the way, number 3 would be Dylan Gabriel.
Who?
From Oklahoma.
I heard that dude.
Number 4 would be Caleb Williams. And J.J. McCarthy from Michigan is number 5. So, there you go, Tom. Wait. I'm still looking for Sanders.
He's going to be there.
He's
averaging 5 touchdowns per game, B. 348 yards per game.
I don't see him. Wait a second.
If they don't give him no attention because he's from Colorado and his son is Deion Sanders and his dad is Deion Sanders.
By the way, Deion can't fart this morning because Tom is so far up there. I mean, it's bad. Terrible. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. God bless you.
He'll win it. You watch.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'll be waiting for him.
Let's see. There's 6 games to go for the Colorado Buffalo.
Yeah. Most people in Chicago want the sanctuary city policy to go away. Yeah, the crisis with the illegal immigrants, all the people coming to Chicago now. No, they want to end the policy now. So in a recent poll by the largest ABC affiliate in Chicago, recent poll says, no, they're done with Sanctuary City. Thank you for that. And bed bugs have gotten so bad in France that a woman appeared, she was in a hazmat suit on a train because bed bugs are so bad. Thank you. And 40% of Americans think savings will only last them 4 months in an emergency. They only have a reserve of 4 months. That's it. 4 months and they're done. All right, Tom, we're going to get to the good news of the day in just a second. Wrap up the text. I'll check the weather in a sec.
All right, so the texter says, that's from all the dead bodies that are still down below, says this one texter. And wasn't Tom's original date to lose the weight in November? No, it's always been December.
Originally, it was November. It was by Thanksgiving. He moved the bar like everything else.
Okay. And then one of the texters already, what did I say earlier that would have brought on the porno Russ?
I don't know what you said.
I don't remember you said something about a power drill.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm really getting tired of that nickname because I'm going to admit to everybody.
Yeah.
This weekend, I watched my first porno movie.
TMI.
I did. I watched my first porno movie, and I've got to say that I looked a lot younger back then.
It was a short film. I'm killing myself.
Picked you up, you dummy.
All right, high today getting up to 73, 48 tonight, 80 tomorrow. Checking the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry. One stop for all your laundry. They can dry clean your clothes. They can starch them up. They can also wash, dry, and fold everything. And look, if you want to do your own clothes, not a problem. They have coin-operated machines. Visit them today at North Star Laundry, 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. Check them out today. Good news of the day. We're going to get updated with that. Tradio just around the corner. Good news being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes. Avenue D in Lovington. Give them a call, 575-396-0513. Home Auto, Life Insurance, Commercial Insurance. Get in touch with Rustin Hayes today. Proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
Well, we've already mentioned this once this morning, but for Move for Hunger charity, crushed a world record, 12,952 cereal boxes, all like Domino's. And many of the proceeds from the event are going to fight hunger. And also the Detroit Pistons matched the funds that the charity had donated. So that's a pretty good story. And firefighters in Tennessee rescued a hunting dog named Charlie after it fell 40 feet down a shaft of a narrow cave. But it turned out it wasn't alone. Firefighters rappelled down there and saw a bear sleeping in the cave a few feet away.
Uh-oh.
So they set up a camera to wait for the bear to leave. Luckily it did. Now they're able to get Charlie out. He was trapped in there for 3 days. He was hungry and dehydrated. I have a question.
What?
If the bear could get in and out, why wasn't the dog? And if the bear was in there, how they didn't know that he was trapped? Why aren't they trying to rescue the bear? It's a good news story, though. A 26-year-old mom in Pittsburgh named Dee Mitchell went viral on TikTok this weekend after telling a story of how she got pregnant while already pregnant. Huh?
Okay.
It's rare in humans, but it does happen. It's called superfetation. Yeah, superfetation. She had her husband had been trying to get pregnant and did. She got an ultrasound and everything, so they assumed they didn't need to use protection, and so they went on with what they were doing. But then days later, she went to the ER in pain and found out that she was pregnant again with 2 more babies.
Aww.
So 3 totals, all girls. They should be born together, but they weren't all conceived together. This all happened 3 years ago, so they're all toddlers now. The typical triplets because they were all born on the same day. And
Wow.
2 of them are identical twins.
Really?
This woman is so fertile that you just look at her. She
Wow.
just-
You don't talk about fertile myrtle. I mean,
unbelievable.
there you go. That's the good news of the day.
Hey, Tom, wrap her up. You got anything before we go? Quickly.
Yeah, Tommy in Carlsbad is chiming in one more time. He says, our veterans shouldn't have anything to worry about, and we shouldn't have to donate more money to run those VA hospitals.
Well, we're too busy giving away iPads and 5-star hotels.
That's what he said. While we're sending trillions to others, says Tommy.
God bless you, Tom. Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow morning for a Tuesday edition of the show. Checking in with news at 9:30, being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Got heating and air conditioning problems? They can help. Before you light that furnace, you ought to let Enrique go out there and check it out for you, do the inspection of your system. Call him today, 575-631-1999, Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Call him today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. Be in the Breakfast Club signing off. Tradio up next.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. Details leading up to a fight that resulted in the shooting death of a 35-year-old man remains unclear, but a 17-year-old facing a charge of first-degree murder in that shooting death. It took place last Saturday at a hotel in the 200 block of North Marlin. Police arrived to find 35-year-old Maharshi Bhatka suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital, where he later died. Officers got a copy of surveillance video from the hotel. It showed an altercation between the victim and several male suspects who were seen entering and leaving an adjacent room. The male suspects all entered a vehicle parked outside the room, then got back out and began fighting with Bhatka. Muzzle flashes from a firearm can be seen in the video, and the suspects fled the scene. A day after a permit for nuclear disposal in southeast New Mexico was issued, workers at the waste isolation pilot plant were ready to begin mining new space for the waste. The New Mexico Environment Department on October 4th issued a 10-year renewal of the operations permit for the waste isolation pilot plant. After months of public input and mediation between the state of New Mexico and federal government, the agency signed a settlement agreement June 23rd and issued a draft of the permit this past August 15th. Mike Clampett, described by those who knew him as untiring, unflinching, influential, dedicated to area youth and more, longtime director of the Boys and Girls Club of Hobbs, died on Tuesday of last week at Lubbock Heart Hospital in Lubbock, Texas. He was 71. Funeral services will be Friday at 10 a.m. at Christian Center Church in Hobbs. Clampett started as chief professional officer of the Boys and Girls Club in Hobbs in April of 2000. Though he talked about retirement, he was still committed to working with the area's youth. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
When you need a water well drilled or serviced, you want the experience and dedication of the best. That's Desert Sand Water Well, offering new well drilling, service, maintenance on residential and irrigation wells, sand separator installations, and well treatment. They're licensed and bonded in New Mexico. And Desert Sand Water Well offers 24/7 service with flat hourly rates, even after hours, covering all of southeast New Mexico. Desert Sand Water Well also offers free consultations and same-day service when possible. Call Desert Sand Water Well at 575-396-3790 or visit them online at desertsandsnm.com.
When kids master math and reading at Kumon Learning Centers, they also gain discipline, independence, and confidence. Give your child an academic advantage by enrolling them in Kumon's math and reading program this fall and save. Every child learns at a different pace. With an individualized Kumon learning plan, you can set your child up for a lifetime of success. Start with practice at Kumon. Enroll today and save up to $80. Call 1-800-ABC-MATH.
At EasyCater, we get it. Ordering food for work means you have to deal with this.
Client meeting on Tuesday.
Client wants Taco Tuesday.
19 people.
Need vegan options.
Our budget just got slashed. Meeting is now Monday.
What about Mediterranean? Client still wants taco.
Claire has a nut allergy.
Gluten-free.
Under budget.
Look at this house.
Is there vegan
house? We need vegetarian, vegan, kosher,
Tacos for a client meeting? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. 5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
Do you have something to buy, sell, trade, or give away? You're in the right place. Time now for Rugged Tradio on W105, a service of Rugged Trade. More than a trade, it's a lifestyle. Call now, 877-396-W105 to be part of the show. Now, here is your host, Russ Black.
Good morning and welcome to Rugged Tradio, where you get to buy, sell, and trade on the radio. It's a public service broadcast. It's brought to you by our sponsors like Rugged Trade, where they're serving the Roswell, Carlsbad, Artesia, Hobbs area with the workwear, men and women's fashions, FR gear, and so much more, from just the right eye and head, foot protection, to the comfort items to keep you warm in this upcoming winter we got ahead of us. It's more than a trade, it's a lifestyle. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and in 4 big showrooms. 206 West Broadway in Hobbs, 802 West Mermont there in Carlsbad and Artesia, 6902 South 1st Street, and in Roswell at 126 South Main. And I thank them for bringing you Tradio. It's easy to be on the show. 877-396-9105, 877-396-W105. I've got Doc Darnell from Wine Glass Cowboy Supply to get me started this morning. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Mr. Russ. Hope everything's going good. We got some new hides in the other day. I used to handle them, but I went back and got some more, and what they're called is a tricolor salt and pepper. And they're just beautiful, beautiful hides. And they're they got black and brown and white, and I only can sell them to a select few people. If you got a lot of kin folks in the area or a lot of friends that can't sell you one because they'll be so jealous of you, they'll burn you out the night you bring it in. We got all of our other stuff, got Christmas stockings. We got more maker knives, and some more of them coming. They'll be here in a couple of weeks. Still got some hides at $165. I got some big dark brindles at $185. I mean, there's close to 4 square meters, cowboys. Let me get out of your way, Russ. Get us on out of here and let me quit talking.
Doc not only always short sells it, he sets the market on hides, prices of hides, style, and availability. You're not going to find these. Plus, the things they can do with hides, from the branded, laser branded hides with so many highlights and shades that you can put in there. You can do almost photographic type stuff, but business logos, names, designs on your Christmas stockings, hair on cowhide Christmas stockings, all available, along with those more maker knives made by cowboys for cowboys. It's everything for your Western life, cowboy or cowgirl. And Doc's got great locations too. He's in Roswell, right there at the Stardust Mall. He's in Artesia, right there at the Butterfield Trail Mercantile on Main. And in Carlsbad, now at the Guadalupe Feed Show and Supply Store on the Pecos Highway. Here's Doc's number if you need something special or advice in life. 325-721-2139, 325-721-2139. Doc, have a good one, brother. Thanks for being in there.
Thanks for being
Thank
you, and why don't you go ahead and take off the rest of the day and take it off with pay.
All right. I'll tell Will you authorized it. Thank you, sir.
Thank
you. You have a good one. Bye-bye. That's Doc Darnell from Wine Glass Cowboy Supply. And let's go to Donnie in Carlsbad. Donnie, good morning.
Yeah, this morning, Russ, I've still got 7,000 watt Predator generator. It's in real good shape. And more information, they can give me a call at 575-200-6203.
200-6203, 200-6203. That's Donnie calling from Carlsbad. Let's go to Bill in Carlsbad. Good morning. Bill,
hello.
Good morning, Bill. You're on Rugged Tradio.
Yes, I have a 1 acre fenced hard-packed yard in the industrial park in Carlsbad with a 3,000 square foot warehouse, bathrooms, and office in it. I'd like to lease. My number is 575-706-0400.
Bill, give me your phone number again.
575-706-0400.
0400, and that is Bill. And Bill is calling from Carlsbad. Bill, I appreciate you, sir, and thanks for being on Rugged Radio.
Thank you.
And let's go to Frank in Roswell. Frank, good morning.
Good morning, Russ. This morning I've got a big old butcher hog needing to sell. If anybody wants about a 350-pound butcher hog, then give me a call, 575-317-5030.
317-5030, 317-5030. But I appreciate you, and thanks for putting them on Rugged Radio. And let me remind you this morning, if you're looking for ammo, supplies, the parts, the things getting ready for the hunting season, you're going to find the knives, the professional hand-forged, forged and fire-style knives, mags, optics, parts, gear, and also the experts to be sure that everything on your firearms and for your hunting and outdoor necessities are working properly and mounted correctly. You've got to find the right people sometimes to get things just right, and that's what they've got at Courtesy Sporting and Pawn, along with your T.R. Lewis knives and their gold and silver trader, too. They like to buy, sell, and trade. They're Courtesy Sporting and Pawn. 1095 North Canal, right there in Carlsbad. I thank them for always having everything I need for my shooting, my outdoor sporting necessities, and for well, there you go. I pushed a button. And for being part of Rugged Radio. Okay, let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Julian in Hobbs. Julian, good morning. You're on Rugged Radio.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Doing great, thank you. Russ, I got some miniature Australian Shepherds for sale. I am in Hobbs. They can call me and need some more information and pictures. They can call me at 432-788-6571. They are 7 weeks old.
7-week-old mini Australian Shepherd, 432-788-6571. 432.
Yes, sir, and I am in Hobbs.
432-788-6571. This is Julian from Hobbs. Thank you, Julian. Thanks for putting them on Rugged Radio. And I got Mel on the line from Hobbs. Good morning, Mel.
Yes, good morning. I called you last week, I think it was Friday, to get a number for those goats that were for sale.
Yep.
You gave me a wrong one. Yeah, you gave me a wrong number because they say they don't have any goats. If you still have
Okay,
that number,
I don't have last week's sheet.
Okay.
And I gave
Well,
you the
maybe
number. I gave you the number that he gave me, Mel. So that's the best I can work with.
well, if he's listening, he
Thank
can
you,
call
ma'am.
me.
Give me your phone
He can
number,
call me
Mel.
at this number. 575-552-6730.
Okay, if you have any goats for sale, Mel's looking for some. 575-552-6730. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on Rugged Radio. Forrester's on the line from Carlsbad. Good morning, Forrester.
Good morning, Russ. I still got that louvered tailgate. It's a really nice one. I mean, there's no dents in it and everything, and it's a good looking tailgate. It doesn't have the gooseneck cut out. It's just a full tailgate. And if anybody's interested, please text me at 575-725-7950. And it will fit anywhere from a 94 to a 2000, excuse me, a 99 to a 2004 Ford truck.
575-725-7950, 725-7950 on the Gas Saber tailgate. Forrester,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you, sir. Thanks for being on Rugged
thank
Radio.
you.
But you're on Rugged Radio to buy, sell, trade. Who do I have online?
This is Don.
Don, what do you got for me today?
A 1953 Ford Jubilee, and it was completely restored a decade ago, but we use it to drag the road to our dirt driveway. Yeah, we're wanting to get $7,000 for that. We got a blade we'll sell separately. Nice thing about those old tractors is you buy them and they go up in value, not down.
You are correct. You should have that thing in parades. Yeah. Give me a phone number.
That's what I was about to say. Most people want to buy those things to drag a wagon in a parade. 575-302-5548.
I know somebody's got one of them old Ford Jubilees from the 50s, and not anything more easier to operate in the field. They're great. 302-5548. 302-5548. Thank you, sir. Thanks for putting this nice item up on Rugged Tradio. Thank you, bud. Lewis is on the line from Artesia. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning, sir. I was calling because I wanted to look for someone that can do some yard work and trim a couple trees for me at my house. My phone number is 575-343-2787, and it is in Artesia.
Did you say 343-2787?
Yeah.
343-2787. Thank you, Lewis, and thanks for putting it on Rugged Tradio. And Jerry's on the line from Carlsbad. Good morning.
Good morning, Russ. Yeah, I've got a Bobcat. I put it on last week. All it needs is a belt, but I'm going to have the belt put on already. But I'm asking $12,000, and that's a track T80. It used to have air conditioner, doesn't have air conditioner anymore, but you can. It's got the control for the foot or the hand lever. Anyone interested, they can call 575-361-9339.
361-9339. 361-9339.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Jerry, for putting it on Rugged Tradio. And let me thank M&R Tire and Service Center for the quality service that I need always on my vehicles, from front end alignments, brakes, exhaust, the oil changes, to the general repairs, installation of aftermarket parts, toolboxes. If you need somebody to tune the car and show you the right way to use that tuner, these are the pros. These are the best in the business, and that's why I thank them for so long for keeping my vehicle on the road. And here's the main thing. They always charge you the fairest estimates for what it's going to cost to repair the vehicle or do the service. And that's why I've trusted them with mine for well over a decade now. My friends, M&R Tire and Service Center, they're the good guys. 521 North Main Street right here in Lovington. And I thank them for coming along for Rugged Tradio. Let's go to Mario in Lovington. Good morning, Mario.
Good morning. Hey, this morning I still have that 2006 Yamaha Ranger Polaris for sale. It's gasoline, a two-person, 4x4. Everything works on it. And I'm asking $5,300 for best offer. For any information, they can call me at 575-704-6468.
704-6468. 704-6468. Thank you, Mario, and thanks for putting it on Rugged Tradio. Logan's on the line from Carlsbad. Good morning, Logan. You're on Rugged Tradio.
Morning, Russ. How are you this morning?
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Doing well. Hey, this morning I have got 2 Nigerian dwarf goats for sale, Billy and a Nanny. And then I have also got several chain hoists and some big LED shop lights I'm trying to get rid of. And if y'all are interested, y'all can just call me at 575-706-8662.
706-8662?
Yes, sir.
706-8662. Let me give you a phone number. Somebody called this morning looking for goats. Her name is Mel. Her name is Mel. 575-552-6730. 552-6730.
Awesome. That'll work for me.
Thank you, Logan. You have a good day, bud. And thanks for being on Rugged Tradio. Wilma's on the line from Lovington.
Yes. Wilma still got a kitten for sale. A little Sphinx cat. She's 3.5 months old. She's current on all of her shots, and she's ready to go to a new home. The number to call is 575-631-9930.
Beautiful little Sphinx kitten. 631-9930. 631-9930. Wilma, thanks for putting her up on Rugged Radio.
Thank you.
Have a good day, man.
Bye.
And Charla is on the line from Denver City. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. We have Boston Terrier puppies for sale. You can call us at 806-215-0234. They're 6 weeks old. They've had their first set of shots, been wormed, had their 2 claws removed, and they're ready for the new home.
Give me the last 4 of your telephone number.
0234.
That's 806-215-0234. 806-215-0234 on the Boston Terrier pups. 2 claws removed, registered, and ready to go. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for putting them on Rugged Radio, Charlotte.
So they're not registered.
Okay, well, Boston registered a bull, I should have said.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Charlotte, and thanks for being on Rugged Radio. Michael's on, Michelle's on, Who's on the line from Hagerman?
Michael.
That's what I thought. Who's on the line? I mean, what do you got today on Tradio? I'm sorry.
I am looking for a side-by-side, a 6-seater. Anyone selling one?
Give me a phone number.
575-703-4491.
703-4491. 703-4491.
Also looking for a truck if anyone's selling one too.
Looking for a pickup truck. I got you. I appreciate
Thank
you, sir.
you.
Thanks for being on Rugged Tradio, and I got somebody that's going to keep your memories alive forever.
Yeah, and it is not too early to start thinking about Christmas gifts either, especially when it's something like this. And this does make a wonderful gift for anybody, for any occasion. What I do is I take old videotapes, audio tapes, photographs, slides, any of that type of stuff, and I preserve them digitally. So you can get it on either DVD or computer flash drive, whatever the person in your life prefers their method of storing them on. But 8mm VHS tapes, old film reels, all of that old stuff that's been sitting around in a box in your closet or in your attic forever and that you haven't watched in 20 or 30 years and that you don't even have a machine to watch anymore. Well, most people just drop the box off to me and let me go through it, and I keep the stuff that's, worth keeping, that's actual home stuff. And if it's old like VHS tapes and it turns into a football game or a soap opera at the end or anything like that, that's trimmed off so that all you're getting is the stuff that's actually family stuff and actually important to you. Whatever you've got, give me a call, and I may not have mentioned everything that I do, so give me a shout at 575-602-1332. Again, that's 575-602-1332. I live in Hobbs. I work in Lovington, so I can take delivery in either one of those places, or you can ship it to me if you'd prefer.
There you go. And the number again, you can call here at the station, 877-396-9105, or his phone number.
Better to do it at 575-602-1332. But if you're driving and you can't write that in the dust on your dash, as Russ likes to say, then, the station will get it to me as well.
I'll get him the message. Thank you, Jason. That's the man in there. That's also the guy that keeps Tradio going in the background. That's the producer. And he is the best in that business. Speaking about being the best in the business, also, I was talking to Bobby Bowen here the other day. And he was just telling me some of the things that he's been taking care of since the storms, the new upcoming crop insurances. And I was just listening to the enthusiasm as he was talking about the new programs and the benefits and the things he was going to be able to do to help his clients, even though it was going to be all this extra work to change all these things. I could see how excited he was that he had these new improvements to the coverage and the benefits and bonuses he had. And all I'm going to say, when you have insurance questions, when insurance or your family's protection is on mine, and it's important to you who you're dealing with, and the person is generally concerned with your life and helping you and the benefits of you, you've got a friend with Bobby and Tammy Bowen. They've been in business since 1995, and I've never seen anybody get more excited, more enthusiastic about insuring and helping people. It's just why I trust Bobby and Tammy Bowen, and I want to thank him for helping me plant the seeds of my future. Bobby and Tammy Bowen, that's the friend that you need to help you with your future, and it's yours. You got to protect it, and it's the difference in being insured and being reassured. Bobby and Tammy Bowen and the best staff of insurers and personal finance protection professionals in the business is Southeastern New Mexico staff. Bobby and Tammy, 104 West Hagerman, right there in Carlsbad. Here's his personal cell. Because like I say, that's the way Bobby handles everything personally. 302-9919. 302-9919. Bobby Bowen. And I thank him for being part of Tradio and protecting my future. I was able to show up with the gun I wanted to, because you wouldn't believe what Berserker Arms is able to pull off, manufacture, and make. I handed him a gun that should have took 9-10 days to get the parts, get the things done. He made it happen so I could have it for the next competition. Got it back to me in about 72 hours. Even he had to make things. This is the highest quality gunsmith I've ever known. And he's doing something special this year. Black rifle hunters, you can't use scopes this year. And some of those black rifle aren't drilled for the modern regular sights, or for a veneer sight or specialty sight to compensate for not having a scope. He has the equipment, the know-how to get the thing done right, to have it drilled right, and have everything lined, leveled, and straight on. Scoping, bluing, sighting, refurbishing, just the best gunsmith in our area, no doubt. 575-605-8895, 605-8895. Berserker Arms and Gunsmithing. I thank them for being part of Rugged Tradio, and the reason I don't have any buggies running around my feet at the studio, at a transmitter site, or in my home is Lucky 7 Pest Control. I want to thank Lynn Saxon for getting the job done. We had to have the best. That's why we use Lucky 7 Pest Control. 631-7777. And I thank him for being part of Tradio. I don't know why Tom A. Reese was running around a while ago with a pair of rubber gloves and a feather duster, but there's something going on. I don't know, but I do know that he's ready to do middays. I'll see you at 3 for the ride. That's Tradio. Get ready for your country on 105.
This program is provided as a free community service to connect individual buyers and sellers. Just as with any classified ads, the accuracy of the description, condition, and price for all items is provided solely by the callers. W105 and MTD Radio do not examine, evaluate, or endorse these products in any way, and make no representation to their quality, condition, or fairness of price. W105 and MTD are under no obligation to become involved in any transactions or disputes between users of this program, and we encourage buyers to do independent research before making a purchase. The views of the host are not necessarily those of the company. Thank you for listening.
This has been Rugged Tradio on W105, a service of Rugged Trade, serving Roswell, Carlsbad, Artesia, and Hobbs. More than a trade, it's a lifestyle. Join us every Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. to buy, sell, and trade on Rugged Radio on Your Country W105. Your Country W105 is KWMW Maljamar.
Attention.
Broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. For more information, visit innofthemountaingods.com.
I think it just brings back those like memories.
He wore starched white shirts, button at the neck, and he'd sit in the shade and watch the chickens peck. And his teeth were gone, but what the heck? I thought that he walked on water. Said he was a cowboy when he was young. He could handle a rope, and he was good with a gun. And my mama's daddy was his oldest son. And I thought that he walked on water. And if the story was told, only heaven knows. But his hat seemed to me like an old halo, and though his wings, they were never